Hello, hello, everybody. I think we are live. Let's just double check here before I start blabbing. Excuse me. So, welcome, everybody, to your weekend. Let's see if it's still. Sometimes it resets. There it goes. It shows it reset. All right. So, hello, everybody. Happy weekend to you. Hope you are doing well. And YouTube says we are live, so it must be true. All right. So before we get into everything, let's send some love out to the world. So whether you're watching this live right now or on replay, we can all join together and send a beautiful, unconditional love energy out to the world. So we'll start by taking a big, deep breath to come back to this moment, letting the future and the past fall away. Come back to the right here, right now. And you can breathe in through your nose or your mouth, whatever you feel comfortable with. Hold it for as long as you'd like, and then release through your nose or mouth, whatever you prefer. So let's start. Big, deep breath. Beautiful. And then I have our beautiful singing bowl here. I'll hit it 3 times, and each time just imagine yourself being like a chalice or a singing bowl and let that love flow in, fill you up, your heart, your body, your mind, your life, and then it flows out to the world to do whatever it needs to do out there for our highest collective experience. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. So let's just put her back over here and put the mallet over there. Excuse me. So happy weekend, everybody. So glad that you're here. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, much needed in this lifetime, right? Today I'm going to be using this Arcanas Animal Tarot. I love this deck by David. I'm going to murder his last name. De Pasquale? Maybe, I don't know. I probably just totally murdered that, but at least you saw how it was spelled. So how the readings work, I do go down in order for the free readings. First come, first serve. For the free readings, and there's no special list. The chat is it, and all you have to do is put your question out there, and then or if you don't want to put your business out there, ask for a general reading, and I'll pull. Usually free readings is 1 card or 2 cards for those. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. It's one of the main ways that I earn my income and able to do everything I do. So big thank you to all of you that do that. And so I step out of the free readings, prioritizing those, and I dive deeper to pulling more cards. You can use the super chat, or you in the description box of the video. I also have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. And whatever amount you want to donate is up to you, because I know you give from your heart, and everyone's finances vary from person to person, country to country, and day to day, even, right? So we'll do that. I'm introducing something else this weekend because I'm not doing a lot of my pick a cards like I normally do. Any of my YouTube channel members who post, and you'll see a bunch of them here. Hey, Olivier, and Shanji, and VD Jalan, and Infinity. If anyone of my YouTube channel members, if their names are in green with a little badge, if I also, after I'm done with donations, then they will get prioritized for their free readings, and then if I do all those, then I will start at the top for the other free readings. So I thought I would do that, just to honor my YouTube channel members. That's another way that I earn income each month. And if you're interested, each month YouTube gives me 10 of my Zen Cricket level away, which is normally $2.99 a month. If you're interested in that without winning it, it's just $2.99. And in addition to doing that in these free sessions, also on Wednesday nights, we have a 2-hour free reading session for all my YouTube channel members, which include the Zen Cricket. My other level is Praying Mantis level, which is $7.99 a month. So in addition to being prioritized in the free readings, getting that Wednesday night access, we also have a Thursday night 2-hour get together. And then after each of my Friday and Saturday nights, we have an hour. And after my Sunday afternoon one, we have an hour. So if you're interested in any of that, all that information's in the description box below, as well as all the other things I offer. I offer personal readings, past life readings, relationship readings. All that's in the description box. So blah, blah, blah. All right. So let us give these a shuffle here, and we will get into it. Hope everyone's having an enjoyable moments this weekend. All right. I've been dreaming like extra crazy. Just like tons and tons. I feel like I dream all night. So I don't know if you guys are experiencing that too. Normally it's like a week before and after, well, kind of a week before and after a new moon and full moon. It's just kind of like, because I have like a stellium in Pisces in my birth chart, and a grand water trine and kite in water. I think I'm really impacted by the moon. I don't think I'm ever not impacted by the moon. So if you guys resonate with that, go, paying attention to the moon cycles is very important. All right. So let's get into it. So we're going to start first with the donations, and then like I said, then I will go after that. I will, if I don't have any other donations, then I'll move to my YouTube channel members, and then after that, then I'll go into the free readings. So all right, so let's get into it. So first up, we got Eagle. Hey Eagle, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like, since it lets me do that. And you want to know, will you receive a job offer next week? All right, let's take a look here. So Spirit, what do you want to know? Will they get one? And what other advice do they have here for you regarding this here? All right. I had a feeling you were gonna get the Page of Wands somewhere, which is on the bottom of the deck. Page of Wands is stepping into our power, and whatever we focus on does grow and expand. And so one of the big things in getting a job offer next week is to be aware of, are you having an energy of gratitude for the job that you have now, or have the jobs you have had, and what did you love about them? Focusing on gratitude around those, rather than if we focus on wanting and needing or fearing, we actually push jobs away from us because our energy is saying, I want to experience what it feels like to want but not get, right? That's what wanting is all about. And so when we start having gratitude and we have that vibration of loving a job and enjoying it and all the stuff we love about it, then our energy draws things similar to that energy to us. So that's what the Page of Wands brings in. That's the bottom of the deck. And I had a feeling, go figure, that that energy was going to come in. But the first card that came out is the Four of Pentacles. That is a solid foundation in the outside world. It's a positive card. You have the Justice card too, which is this, being aware of what you're looking for in a job. The Justice, this, the scales, and with that sword, it's all about thinking and mindset. Sometimes well, a lot of times we as humans get a lot of opinion about what you should be doing with your life, what kind of career, job, positions. But when I get the Justice card energy, it is this, question: is that really the kind of job that really I want, or do I feel I'm supposed to? And there's a lot of, as we open our mind and allow our heart to kind of have a seat at the table, then we can look at something like with the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. What do you want? The Empress has a lot of emotion. She rules over all four queens. Each queen gets cups, and then the Queen of Cups gets an additional cup. So that's 5 parts water, 1 part earth, 1 part fire, 1 part air. So a lot of emotion, trusting your heart. What would make your heart sing? So, really clarifying it. What is it that you truly want to do here? Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you're speaking of the Queen of Cups. So a lot of emotion. And the Judgment card is your higher self calling you to a new place, a new calling, a higher calling. And again, with the Queen of Cups, these coming out together, it's something that is more in alignment with your heart. And you have the Four of Cups too, emotional balance. So you've got the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, which fours are all about stability. If you think of like a big coffee table or dining table with 4 huge legs on it, a lot of stability. But I feel like they're saying, when we rule our mind, well, we rule our life by this mindset of abundance and security in the outside world, we feel like we're a slave to a job, and there's fear of losing it and not having enough. But when you're living and doing what you love, things just seem to work out because you're enjoying it, you're passionate about it, and instead of wanting, we have a lot of gratitude, and that energy brings in stuff that matches that, including abundance. It's like when I worked in my corporate life, when I would strive for promotion, strive for bonuses and raises and all that, I would get a meets, like an average score. And I'm like, really? I put in a lot of energy around it, right? And then when I was like, well, fine, I'm not going to worry about all that. I'm going to get back to what I enjoy, which was helping people, helping my peers, helping our customers, and all that. And doing like a fourth of the amount of effort and work, I'd get promotions, I'd get raises, I'd get all that. And I'm like, how does that work? But that's that whole wanting pushes things away. Gratitude and joy and doing what we love brings in stuff that matches it. So I feel like, will you receive a job offer next week? Yeah, but I don't necessarily feel it's something that you'd enjoy. And it feels like spirit is just kind of having you recalibrate and step back and go, what is it that would makes my heart sing? What makes my heart feel full? What would I love waking up each morning going, "Oh, I can't wait to go do that," instead of like, "Ugh, gotta go live my dream today." You know what I mean? So I like that, but be aware of the energy, and as much gratitude as you can will bring things that will match that energy to you. All right, so that's what they have for you, Eagle. Thank you again for your donation. And then Infinity, you are up next. Let's give that some love and a like since it lets me. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, did Ra not reply to your message because he's walking away from the connection? All right, let's take a look here. What is going on with the sun god Ra, right? Let's take a look here. What did that one, and then that one, and that one. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, so the bottom of the deck, we do have the 10 of Wands, and there's all that fire, the Ra god, right? But the 10 of Wands underlying energy, they do have a lot on their plate, a lot of it's a recalibration of where they're investing their energy. So let's see what else here. You got quite a few cards. Let's see here. Yeah, we have the 3 of Wands, these two coming out together. 3 of Wands is changing direction than they had anticipated. The Knight of Pentacles is telling me with this combo that it's been something that's been happening. It's kind of like it's been slowly drifting away. They've been slowly contemplating going in a different direction. Yeah, yeah. So we've got the Knight of Cups, which is a movement of emotion. 3 of Cups is a third party kind of energy and situation here. So I do feel like their heart is changing again. Let's see. Yeah, that again we'll look at that here too. But yeah, we've got here with the 5 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands, they were looking for someone who is more equal in passion and energy for them. And the 5 of Pentacles tells me they have these beliefs in lack. And so, um, this energy here and the reason why they're kind of drifting somewhere else is that they don't feel they can keep up with you. Like, they don't like being in a situation where they have to invest so much energy. That's hilarious, but it's true. With the 10 of Wands, they're like, gosh, not that you're high maintenance or anything like that. They're just like, you're capable of giving so much love, attention, energy that they're like, I'm not going to be able to do this. They're showing me like, hey, you want to go for just a little jog in on the woods? And he's like, yeah, let's do that because I think I'm in shape. I'm going to leave you in the dust, is there in their mind. And you guys are stretching, like, all right, let's go. And then you're all, and they're like, oh crap, because they didn't realize like you're an Olympic sprinter and they're more of a, you know, half marathon walker instead. And so I feel like they are kind of, they don't know how to, change things and communicate that they're moving and doing that. So they figure just don't deal with it at all because a lot of it comes down to here, with this Page of Swords and Eight of Swords. They are realizing, that they're, and even the Devil card on the bottom, all of this thinking and thought and old belief energy, realizing their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets that make them feel blinded and bound and trapped. And that's a lot of what this connection, this mirror that you were to be for them so they could see themselves and face that feeling of lack, that feeling of lowness that's there. And oh, of course, it's a great mirror. Everyone's a mirror for each other. You get to learn some stuff about how you feel about yourself. That trigger and come up and go, oh, yeah, I thought I cleared out that room, but there was some cobwebs in the corner. Okay, let me clean that out. That's like what I feel for you. It's a small piece, but for them, I feel like it's a huge thing to look at, and that's why they're going off in the other direction. So I do believe that that's what's happening, but it has to do with they feel like they can't keep up with you and they don't like to face this failure, these feelings of failure, because they have like a black and white world that they live in. It's all or nothing. They're either a champion or a loser, like what's his name? I can see his face. I can't. He played in Mask and the Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Jim Carrey. Thank you. So, so that's what's going on there, Infinity. You're like, okay, well, you did what you needed to do and being yourself and not dimming your light, not walking around on eggshells. And because you deserve to have someone that can take you as you are and keep up, not where you have to like go slow for their sake, right? You deserve in partnership to be able to run at full speed when you want to, and they're right beside you. And it's nice to walk slow together too sometimes, but you want to be able to have that kind of flexibility. So hopefully that helps. That's what's coming in right now, Infinity. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Cece, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And thank you for that. Let me shuffle these up. All right, take a quick sip here. Clear the pipes a little bit. All right. Excuse me. So you have a job interview on Monday. Will it go well? All right. So based on current energies, how will it go well? Okay. Well, I think that's a very simple answer. Let's just see what other advice they give you along with that, though. Card came flying out. You got the star card, which is like a dreams come true type of card that comes in there. So that is a positive energy, a lot of hope, a lot of shining bright in the darkness. So I feel like you're going to do well in that. Energy on the bottom of the deck, too. Four Pentacles, solid foundation. It's funny, we had a job, the other question earlier about a job offer, we had the Four Pentacles energy. So that's, again, an affirmative energy. Let's see what these other four cards are coming out, because I feel like that's a yes. So what you can do to make it easier for you with the Five of Wands is transform your feelings of fear from lower to higher vibration. And let's see how they want you to do that here. Yeah. Look at it as a new adventure. Let all kind of drop expectations. When you look at the full card is the zero, it's the first card in the major arcana. It is this freedom, this going in, just taking it for what it is, and just let all these expectations that you have, putting yourself under in these fears, let those go. Excuse me. It's like there's this, definitely speaking your truth, talking about who you are. Don't be afraid of saying the wrong thing, because all they're doing is they want to have a conversation with you about who you are and what you've done. Just make sure it's a good fit for you and it's a good fit for them. Not, it's not, it's not a test where they're like, aha, X or whatever, they've got this, it's just a conversation. If you look at it as a conversation instead of a test, then that does transform your energy from lower vibration to higher vibration. And you can just go in, yeah, we're just going to chat. And they're like, oh, so tell me, can you tell me a time where you helped, other people in your department or anything like that? And you be like, yeah, and just allow it to flow. If you're in fear and you're stressing out, you're going to be out of your intelligent mind, and this you're going to be like this little cat mind who experiencing Bigfoot and the UFO. But because when our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, we boot out our intelligent, compassionate, loving side, and a little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat are in charge, and you don't want them to do the interview. So take a lot of deep breaths before you go in. Just keep breathing deeply. If you can listen to whatever music or do those things that calm you before you go into the interview, then you're going to be able to present yourself instead of a hissing cat. And I like that for you. Yeah. And Knight of Cups. Yeah. So just be aware of your emotion. And that's exactly what we were just talking about. Yeah. And the Hangman, this is see things from a higher perspective and just allow yourself to be open-minded and free as you go into it. And you'll do great. In here, you'll knock it out of the ballpark. It feels very positive anyway, but so if you can go in and present the best you, which is presenting the intelligent, loving, compassionate side, because you're not in fear, then you're good. I used to prepare my representatives, and I interviewed probably 1,000 or more people in my 20 plus years in corporate life at this particular company I worked at. And I'd prep also my representatives for job interviews when they were looking for promotions. And that's one of the biggest things is get out of your mind that it's a test. It's a conversation. Even if they're asking specific questions, they just want to see, do you have the skills that so they're not setting you up for failure. Again, it's a good job fit for you and for them. And when you look at it that, okay, this is what the conversation's about, and that if they don't hire you, then it's on purpose for you, that you've been spared that too. And then you can, go forward into the job that's for you. Whatever's meant for you won't pass you by. And I like that. So that's what they have for you, Cece. Hopefully that helps. And many blessings. Thank you again so much for your donation. Right. And then HTTPS. Hello, hello, little brother. Let's give that a love and a like there. You're very welcome. And thank you for your donation. I'm so sorry. Evidently, I haven't talked enough today. All my pipes are loosening up. Sorry about that. So whatever comes out, let's take a look here and see. All right, I think the frog has left the building. Let's take a look. So what do they have? Okay, they do want that one. They do want this one right here first, though. And then that one. Okay. And those two. All right. Okie dokie. So bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is patience, grasshopper. Yay! There is progress. And I feel like they just want you to make sure you know that life is unfolding. Things are falling into place. They're showing me one of the Indiana Jones movies. It was the one with Sean Connery, and there is his dad, and his dad is injured, and so Indiana Jones is starting to go to find the Grail, right? And it's like pause, and so he pauses for a moment as he's going through, and then these big blades, and they're like step back, and then 2 steps forward, and then I feel like that's the important thing, like my sound effects. It's like sometimes there's a pause that allows things to be put into place so that you can step on the next stepping stone, or you'll get sliced in half. Not literally, but so I like this pauses are happening here and there for you. So I like that. You have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, it allows some clarity to come in here between the head and the heart. With the 5 of Swords, that's the inner conflict between the two. The mind has things it thinks is supposed to happen, and the heart wants the opposite or something different. And this Knight of Pentacles pause period is giving you time to gain clarity so that when the next step comes in, that you're going to choose a route that's slightly different than you normally would have if it was all flowing fast, 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 because you would have chosen the old groove that you would go, but you're changing direction. It's giving you time to strengthen your ability to choose differently, if that makes sense. Yeah. So the 4 of Swords, to bring balance to your mindsets, to have that mental stability and clarity of mind for the next step. 5 of Swords, when you take away one, then there's that balance that comes in. So it is giving you time for that. Oh my gosh. So it is definitely a lot of thinking and mindset that's being presented here. You got the 7 of Swords, which is then becoming aware of. So it's like one pause was the 5 of Swords to gain that clarity. The next pause is for you to look and see what your what are the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are like deceptive, that are untrue, that have like thieved from you. It's a thievery, deception, um, what is the other word? Like, when someone cheats, someone betrayal, right? And this is how our thoughts and mindsets have betrayed us. And so it's good clarity because, you've done a lot of inner work, a lot of shadow work. And so these that are coming up, on purpose. So you're having these momentary pauses that allow a trigger to come up. You transform it, then things move, and then another pause happens. Here comes another trigger, different kind of trigger. And you're like, okay, let me transform that, and then you move forward, right? And yeah, and here's the transformational time that it's allowing you to have here with the Six of Wands. It is victory, it is movement of energy, and the Hanged Man is transformative energy and upgrade in a way too, but seeing things from that higher perspective that allows this flow to come in. And I feel like with this energy of the Six of Wands, even though it's victory and flow, it does feel like I feel like upgrade kind of energy that's coming in here too. And it can be when energy work and everything that we do spiritually as humans is channeling. It's channeling unconditional love energy either for like Reiki and Qigong and Tai Chi and like energy kind of work, or channeling messages or channeling knowledge or channeling art and music. It's just a matter of how does it get shared, right? But I feel like you're going through this upgrade energetically through this, and there is this transformative time. So again, allowing that space and time, the Hanged Man too is about, you know, like a caterpillar going into a cocoon and allowing that time for transformation and not to rush it. We got we got eternity. We're always in a rush as humans, right? Because we're so bound by time. I gotta. But when we realize I've got tons and tons of different lifetimes. What's the rush? What's the rush? Enjoy the process, enjoy the transformation, enjoy the journey, enjoy each step along the way. So I like that for you. Hopefully that helps and resonates for you. And that's what they got for you right now. HTTPS. So many blessings to you. And then Holly, you are up next. Thank you for that donation. Let's give that a love and a like since that lets me. And you want to know, will Alonzo try to contact you? All right, let's take a look here. Hello, hello. All right, so let's take a look here. Will Alonzo try to contact you? All right, got those. They do want that one. Okay, they do want that one, but they also want that one and then that one. All right. So let's take a look here. What is going on with Alonso? So I got the Five of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So the overall energy, they seem to be focused. Usually it's the three cups that are spilt. And it's just like, I feel like they're kind of living in the past emotionally a little bit here. We'll see what the messages are, but that's the underlying energy. They feel very distracted and consumed by focusing on lower vibrational past emotions a bit. So that's kind of a hesitancy, but I do like this. We've got this, I know, right? Interesting. We've got the Death card and the Eight of Swords, which they are going through this transformation, and the Eight of Swords is a good card because they're becoming aware of their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets that have made them feel blinded and bound and trapped in the past. So they definitely are aware of the tendency to get caught up in the fears and the emotions and the emotions they felt and the construct of thinking and mindsets that they had. So I like that they're in the middle of this release of things. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah. So movement of emotion in the quest for the chalice, the Holy Grail. And so they're realizing, that they are searching for this love that's there. Let's see what these other three cards are here. Yeah, so they've got the judgment card, their higher self calling them to this higher place. And the 10 of wands to the 4 of wands. Yeah, so they've definitely have this energetic stability that's coming in here. They're realizing where they've been investing all of their energy. They definitely are seeking answers, seeking stability. And I like that. The judgment card is known as the calling card. So I do feel like they will try to contact you. And I feel like it's interesting because they're in the middle of trying to, figure all this out. They even got the high priestess on the bottom and the two of cups. So, this makes sense with that 5 of cups that they're, really trying to get to the bottom and understand, whoops, why they, you know, look at the spilt cups of past relationships and they're kind of stuck and trying to, deal with these 3 cups of the past. But I don't know if they had a lot of betrayal. That 3 of cups is standing out because 3 of cups is like, can be one of the 3 cups card is betrayal, third party, etc. And I feel like they might have been cheated on in the past, and had that kind of, or experienced it like with parents and stuff where they've got that fear that they've been having, and this is what they're trying to get past because they're just like, "I'm just sick of being restricted and held back." And that's where that 8 of swords comes in, is that, they are realizing whatever their own mindsets are there. And I know, let's see, was it my third third relationship? Because I had been cheated on my first 2, and then I had all this leftover, from my mom being cheated on in between my brother and me. I'm the youngest, my brother, I only have 1 other sibling, and so when in the womb, even I felt her insecurities and that pain of being cheated on, and um, and for all those years that I was picking up on her energy till they finally divorced when I was like 17, 18 years old. And it's interesting because, when I was uh, in my third relationship, I wasn't trusting because of all the past. And then, but my energy was drawing that in. And and they were like, I was falsely accusing them because I didn't trust, right? I'm like, why are there 2 glasses in the sink? Why are there 2 towels in the shower? I'm like, oh, there's someone over here. And they're like, all right, and we weren't even living together. They were like, if you don't get that fixed, because I've done nothing to deserve this, this isn't going to last. And I was like, whoa, which they said, if you don't go to counseling, we're pretty much done. And so I went to counseling and it helped. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, there is this, um, kind of energy that they're working through. And I feel like they will, reach out to you. Um, but when I was seeing like they're in this transformative time of looking at why I'm tired of feeling this way, and so you might experience intermittent contact where you're like, okay, so this is how they were, but they're changing a little bit and you notice it, and they change a little more and you notice it. But they got to deal with that first. Otherwise, they're going to keep doing what they've always done. And then you guys will get what you've always gotten. It's a good reflection for you too, to look at it and go, okay, what did I want to learn through this too? Where are my fears? What, you know, what was I trying to fix? What was I trying to control? Because those are our insecurities that we can work through because they're raising their love vibration, we're raising our love vibration. And then it'll either attract together or your vibration is higher and you draw in someone else that's more matching that too. But so that's a lot, I know. A lot of input, a lot of information, but I do feel ultimately your question was, will they try to contact you? They will. Might be a little bit, um, you know, in a little while yet because I feel like they need to do a little more inner searching in our work, but I feel like they will. But I don't know if by then you're going to be like, "Oh, hi," uh, but your interests might have changed by then because you're transforming your insides too, right? So, right, so that's what they have for you, Holly. Hopefully that helps. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. And then Empress Beauty, you are up. So thank you so much for your donation. Give that a love and a like there. You're welcome, Holly. So, Empress Beauty, what should you look out for this in your connection with Lorenzo? So, not Alonzo, but Lorenzo. Aye, aye. All right. See Alonzo's brother? Let's take a look here. Let's see what is happening here. So, what does Spirit want you to know about your connection here? All right, they want that one first. Okay. All right, we got 3, 2, 1, 1. Those 3 cards, 2 cards, 1 card, 1 card. So there's a countdown to something here. And, we've got on the bottom here, I'm glad you have a good sense of humor. We got the Judgment card, which is like your higher self calling you to a new place coming in here. The 2 X's on here that for card 20 is standing out, and you have the 9 of Pentacles, which is the hermit's journey, being alone, pentacles being the outside world, right? So having a lot of alone time. Yeah, and you've even got 9 and then 7, 6. You've got all these pentacles on the bottom, and even the 8. There's just, and the ace of pentacles too, but you've got all this, um, I'm going to call it like the numbering system, right? Because you got 6, 7, 8 and the 9 of pentacles, and then all these double endings, double new beginnings that come in with all of this. So there's this being aware of, I don't know, it just, we'll look at these other cards, see what this countdown is, but I feel like there is a lot of withdrawing, if that makes sense. Like they show me like a rabbit, it's like if you have a little box with a carrot in there and the little stick with the string, and you pull it and then the box traps the rabbit. Well, the rabbit knows, and it doesn't want to be trapped. It doesn't like a trapped feeling. So it comes forward and then scurries off, comes a little closer, then scurries off, comes a little closer, then scurries off, and then comes a little closer, but then scurries off. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing here. They're like, just to be aware of it's like this, not that they're easily startled, but they've got a lot of fear of rejection, a fear of not living up to things. Let's see what this countdown is here. Yeah, I'm got a lot of this energy here. So here's another 9 of wands, which is a barrier that keeps things from moving forward, right? And you got the 2 of pentacles and the 2 of wands. There's a lot of power of choice that comes in here, a lot of extremes. And this is what this is talking about here is, every moment is a choice between higher vibration of unconditional love and joy, and then lower vibration of fear, things that are tied to fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, and that's why I feel like it's a light switch that just, happens here. And the 9 of wands shows that they've been trying to get past it. And usually the 9 of wands will show like someone with a bandage on their head because they've been trying to get through a wall over and over and over and over again. But until they really get in and find out and transform those fears, it's just going to keep flipping on and off instead of a dimming switch, which allows us to change it. And, instead of having a black or white world, it's a world of gray. I like that. Spirit's so smart. So it's like instead of a light switch of an on and off, it's the seeking a dimming switch. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so I do feel like they'll they do have the possibilities here. Got the Lovers card, so they definitely do want to find this secure type of important relationship, but it is gonna take them to really step into their power with the Queen of Wands and own their power, own their emotion, and their power over their emotions. Lovers card is also the power of emotional choice again, on and off instead of a world of gray, but it's going to take them with that Queen of Wands to really step into that and face these fears. Again, stepping into power really comes into play here. Yeah. And the 8 of Wands, they have a lot of passion. They do have a lot of expression of their emotions. They tend to express it through like energetic attraction and physical attraction because they, that low feeling of self-love they have, they only know they can only give as much love to others as they have for themselves, right? They can only receive as much love from others as they have for themselves too. And this, so they've learned to express it through passion, through intimacy, instead of true emotional vulnerability and emotional flow, right? And they are here, they're learning. I mean, we've got the Chariot card as their last card, which is like there's this that's what teaches us that we hold our power of choice. No one can make me happy, no one can make me feel a certain way, think a certain way, act a certain way. Uh, we're all taught growing up, we have a lot of opinion that we're given that we take on as the stories, right? We're taught when that thing happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. When that happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. When that happens, this is the energy I'm supposed to invest. And when that happens, this is what I'm supposed to do in the physical world. But that's just opinion. And even though we took it on as children, not knowing any better, and we have this whole mind and heart full of all these rules, these small t truths, right? That lower vibrational stuff. That's what I'm talking about with them. We have that choice. We can continue to choose those lower vibrational, stories, emotions, energies, and actions, or we can, you know, choose to see things from that higher point of view, from a place of gratitude and unconditional love, enjoying laughter and peace. And then we draw in things that match that. So I feel like that's what you need to look out for your connection with them, is that they are learning to transform from a scared little rabbit that's easily scurries back and forth, like almost feels like a rubber band sometimes, or like, those little paddles with the ball and the string, boom, close and far away and close and far away and close and far away. And it's like, you're giving me whiplash, man, but just I feel like that's an important thing to understand, that they are working on it and they're stepping into that power of choice. So it's like, okay, so, timing is totally up to them. I feel like they're pretty much in the midst of learning this, but they definitely are wanting that lovers, and they realize I can't keep doing what I've always done because I'm going to keep getting what I've always gotten. I've got to change things up, and I like that there's this undertow of realizing, well, this happened in all these relationships that I've had. I'm the common denominator. I need to change. Because before they were like, why can't these people make me happy? Oh, it's me. I need to be happy, and then I can transform things, right? So I like it. Just, do we have the patience to wait? That's the question, right? All right. Well, that's what they have for you, Empress Beauty. Hopefully that helps. All right. And then Cece, thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And you want to know, did Ashley change her mind about hanging out? All right. Let's take a look here. Shuffle these up. You are very welcome. All right. So, did Ashley change her mind about hanging out? Okay, so that's beneath the surface, and let's kind of come out together. Okay, so what we got here. I'm getting the bottom of the deck. We've got this magician card, the number one of the major arcana. We got the Ace of Pentacles, two new opportunities. It just feels like they are. I'm getting like ADHD energy, which is funny. My dad has it. I think I have it a little bit. My host, she has recognizes it within herself too, and it's like sometimes we can get so caught up in the next thing that we kind of just forget. And it's like we're you can get easily distracted. She can get easily distracted. And it's not that she's changed her mind about hanging out. Because when she remembers, oh yeah, I want to hang out, then it's like out of sight, out of mind. It's like whatever, it's like a little puppy, whatever toy or stick or bone is in front of them, and they're like, here, come on. Oh yeah, that's right. And that's funny. But that's the kind of energy that's coming in here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, balance, the tower, the lightning strike. The Queen of Swords is balancing of the head and the heart, and the Tower card does tell me like that's what gets attention is when something explodes. It's like they go from urgent thing to urgent thing to urgent thing, and that is a sign of ADHD too, which is um, they thrive on the urgency of the next thing because they get distracted. They go from emergency to from fire to fire to fire to fire instead of keeping things from catching on fire. And so I feel like they've like not changed their mind about wanting it. They're just being distracted by something. Yeah, two of wands. So again, that's the energy of two things. Look at what's the next bright shiny thing? Page of wands. Yeah. So all of this, magician fire energy, it's like they just get caught up in things. Yeah. The two of pentacles. See this would be the hanging out, and this is the new bright shiny thing. Oh, what's that? And they're like, hey, oh, that's right. It's like holding a match that's burning and going, oh, what's that over there? And then, oh, that's right. It's the reminders that they need to have that happen. Yeah, and the Ten of Pentacles, they do try to have this full life and this full things, and they really want that. They just the, to just as an example, there's this comedian. Oh, what is I forget his name. He got his start like in I think Americans Got Talent or something because he had a stutter from an injury that he got, and he ended up marrying his wife is a severe ADHD, and he goes, you don't know what it's like. Um, you know what her like. He goes, he comes home and the house is looks like a bomb hit it, and he was like, "What happened?" She goes, "Well, I was doing housework today," and he goes, "Obviously." She goes, "I was vacuuming and I hit the coffee table, which caused the loose leg to fall off, and a coffee cup fell and had some. And so I want to go clean that up, and I went to the kitchen to get the cleaning stuff, and I realized we were out of paper towels, and so." I started making a grocery list and I went into the pantry and I'm like, oh, look, brownies. I need to make brownies. And so I put the box out and I started to do that. And I realized we're out of milk. So I need to add milk to the list. And then I went out to get into the car to go grocery shopping. And I realized, oh, hadn't taken out the trash yet. And it's just like, she goes, and by the time I finished doing all that, I forgot why I went into the garage. And so I'm just tired, and that's the kind of life that people with ADHD have, and it's hard to everyone has different kind of levels of it with it, but I feel like that's kind of what's coming in, and and knowing that and learning that, like with my host, it's like um we'll like have something that we want to have done somewhere, and all right, yeah, I'll look into that. I'll get like, okay. And then I'll just wait a day, and then I'll just, you know, do a little reminder going, "Hey, did you, I know you're a big researcher. Did you find anything out of that?" "Oh, not yet, not yet." I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "Oh, that's right." And then, um, I'll wait till there's, like, downtime, and then I'll be like, "Hey, did you do that?" "Oh, I'm gonna do that right now," and then she'll do it. And she's like, "Thank you," and I'm like, "No." As long as you know that about someone, then you don't take it offensively, like, "Ugh, what I say is unimportant." It's like, no, knowing that, it's just a little reminder, a little even if it's an emoticon or something, or just a little text, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Let's do that." And then they'll act on it, right? So you might just say, "Hey, just following up and looking forward to hanging out," or da 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 da, and then you can um, ignite that. But once you realize it, then you just don't take it personally because you realize, wow, everything that's going on. There's like 50 railroad tracks, and even if you notice when you're talking to them, and I notice it when and my dad too, who is that, and another friend of mine, they're actually Sagittarians, and I'm like, I wonder if that's part of their fire energy, that they jump and jump and jump, and you kind of have to jump with them and go, all right, we're not talking about that anymore. We've returned back to a conversation we were having yesterday. And you're like, okay, but so all of that to say, just that it's not you, that it's just this is how you, um, if you want to hang out with them, you just have to ignite it, maybe a couple times, right? And if not, if you don't want to hang out with them, then you don't worry about it. That they might eventually 6 months from now going, hey, we're gonna hang out, right? Yeah, when would you like to hang out? All right. But that's what they have for you, CC. So many blessings to you. Thank you for your additional donation. All right. And I think that's it for my donations. So, what I'm going to do next is go to my monthly YouTube channel members. You'll see their names in green with a little badges. So they get second priority, and then I will go to the free readings after that. And if anyone wants theirs prioritized and to dive deeper into them, a donation of any kind, you can do that. I can use the super chat at the bottom, or in the description box of the video, you have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. And whatever you are able to give is the perfect amount. I don't look at the dollar amounts because I know everyone's funds are different from day to day, person to person, country to country, rate of exchange, and all that kind of stuff. So, whatever you're able to give is perfect. All right. So let's go up here. So Infinity, we did that one already since you had donated. So Vidi Jalan, hello, hello. So how are you being perceived by HT the Capricorn? So for free readings, it's normally 1 to 2 cards, just for everyone to know. But I dive deeper into the donation readings. Right. So here we go. Wow, look at all this. 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. There's a lot, a lot, a lot. So I get this kind of feeling of bigger than life. And they perceive you as a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, and they can see a lot of passion, a lot of emotion that could come from you with them. Um, but I do feel like they're, I wouldn't say that you're not intimidating, but they can be a little intimidated by, like, wow, they can just feel like your powerful energy, your sensuality, your emotional energy too, and they're just like that's in their mind. That's dangerous because they're like, I don't know if I can. And it was like earlier, it's like, I don't know if I can keep up, is kind of like this energy that's there. And it's like, yeah, they're like, I don't mind the passion, but I also don't know if I can keep up with that much energy, that much emotion either. So there's a lot of this tens, they're like seeing that, and I feel like they're kind of contemplating whether that's, something that they're willing to risk. That's funny. And that's all right. I always like to correct people when those people say I'm intimidating to people. I'm like, no, people are intimidated by strong people. People who have strong self-worth, strong self-love, confidence. People who don't have a lot of that get intimidated by that because they want that, but it's also they judge themselves because they feel like they're down here and you're up here, and so they don't like feeling that way, and they don't feel like I don't know if I'm going to be able to rise to the occasion to be that, and I don't want to be around something that constantly makes me aware of my what I'm perceiving as my own shortcomings. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming in there, BD. I know, right? All right. So thank you for answering Shanji there, Adriana. All right. And then, so hey, Olivier. Good to see you too. Happy weekend to you. Thank you for the cards. And then, so Shanji, you are up next, actually. So um, you want guidance for the weekend. And then Olivier Bagara, you'll be up after that. And then Lucky. All right. And then if I don't have any donations or any other of my YouTube monthly members, then I will jump into the free readings. All right. So Sean G, guidance for the weekend. What does Spirit want you to know here? Oh, there was two already. I thought you had two cards. There's two cards already there. Wow, you got two number eights. So you got the Master Eight with Strength card coming in here, and the Eight of Cups coming in here too. So, you know, this is your human, and the little infinity symbol here represents your higher self, right? Leo energy, really having the strength and the courage here to walk away from relationships and emotions that don't serve you anymore seems to be kind of this theme for this weekend for you, for this energy. And what I mean by that is it's like taking a you know, inventory of where are you investing your emotional energy. One piece of that is relationships. And so it's becoming aware and kind of evaluating, all right, what relationships am I always giving 70, 80, 90% of the energy, and someone else is always giving 0 or 10, 20, 30%. And it's like, because relationships with people, it's family, friends, romantic, whatever, you know, depending on what we are experiencing, sometimes we only can give 30% and they give us the 70. Other times opposite. But if I'm talking about the ones where they never give more than 30%, and you're like, okay, this is, and unless it's a child, of course. Children are, they're learning and they're growing, but we're talking about adults, right? And it's like, okay, which relationships am I going to back off and only give 50%, gain some of that and energy back, that emotional energy? And are the ones that you're like, no, I know which, this one I should have let go a long time ago, or I could have let go. There's no shoulds, right? I could have let go a while ago. And that's okay. I'm ready to release these. And or you like go back to 50%, and if the relationship drifts away because you're the one keeping the relationship boat close to the dock, right? And it's not drifting out into the middle of the lake, or you're the one that's the life support system for the relationship. And if you're like, sometimes you got to unplug that relationship and it's either going to breathe on its own or it is time for it to end, right? And that's okay, because it's part of this is you getting back your emotional energy to prepare you for something that you're going to pour this emotional energy into, or to prepare you for a relationship, right? The other part of the inventory of emotions is the relationships, but the other is being aware of emotions, what emotional energy I'm using to keep emotions suppressed and down. Sometimes we don't realize because we've been investing energy since we were like 7 years old and younger to keep some anger, to keep some sadness suppressed, because when we're younger, 7 years old and younger, how our little emotional inner child knows how to express itself because we don't develop our brain till like 7 to 14. It just knows I laugh, I cry, or I throw a tantrum. Well, parents love laughing children, but we tend to have to push down our, you know, um, crying and our tantrums, and we don't know what else to do with that energy. So, do we do? Well, it must go down here, right? And so, it's bringing some of that stuff and transforming it because it takes energy to keep like a big beach ball below the surface of a pool water, right? You let it go and it shoots up. It takes a lot of energy. And we don't realize it because we've been doing it for so long. And so when we're able to bring that up, then we get more of that energy back too. So I feel like this weekend is kind of this kind of reflective, emotional energy time, but it's designed to help you kind of fill up your emotional bank so that you're going to have all that emotional energy to pull from for a significant relationship or a project, an emotional project, something that you're going to really put out a lot of emotional energy into. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you right now, Shanji. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Olivia de Bagara. Hello, hello. So, what's the future job looking like? And will you be paid fair enough? All right. Let's take a look here. All righty, righty, righty. So, what is this going to be like? All right. You got the Queen of Swords coming in, which is a balance between head and heart. So, there is this, you know, um, clarity that comes in. I just want to bring in the other card too, the Ten of Wands, which is a lot of energy being invested in this job searching. And, it just overall, it feels like when we look at choosing just by the mind, right? All of our supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and must, all these opinions that have been given us all our lives around job and what things are supposed to be and blah, 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 then we end up being in a job, right? When we, with that balancing of the Queen of Swords, that's bringing in the heart too, because the Queen, she rolls over swords, but all queens also get cups behind the scenes. And that's the emotional energy. So it's balancing, allowing your heart to have a seat at the table when you're looking for a future job. And it's instead of it being a job and feeling like slavery, it's expression, it's career, it's living a life purpose. And then you don't wake up in the morning going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today. You wake up going, I'm so excited to go and do this today. And that's where this 10 of Wands energy is changing here. Because when it's like the pay, it's interesting when you're trying to do all these thought-based supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. No amount of money feels like it's enough and fair because you feel like you're a slave and you feel like you're so miserable, and we spend so much of our energy to feel healthy and because we go home and then we're like, I feel unhappy, let me go buy something to make me happy or whatever, and then we end up having to work more to pay for the stuff that's making us emotionally feel like at least I'm gaining something from this life. But then we need to make a lot of money because we're trying to fill ourselves up because our job isn't. And but when you're living your dream, like what I do now, I mean, I was almost making six figures in corporate life, but I was miserable. I was like, ugh, so unfulfilled, and I just couldn't stand it because I was good at what I did as management and all that, but it didn't fulfill me. And so when I left that kind of, people thought I was crazy, and I'm like, but I was willing to, like, sell my condo, sell my car, and this wonderful opportunity opened up eventually with my one of my best friends. She bought a house and has the whole basement. She goes, "Come here, live here for free." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm able to be happy with so much less. And so when we're looking at, our, will my job pay enough? It's like, well, it depends. Are you choosing a job from your brain? It'll never feel like we're getting paid enough. But if you're living your dream, then we're willing to take less because we don't need as much, because we're feeling like life is fulfilled. And the energy changes too. That wanting, wanting, wanting of the mental jobs, it pushes away raises, it pushes away stuff. But when you're in your vibration of gratitude and excitement and loving life, that draws in things that match that. And, you just have blessings that come and you're just like, wow. So hopefully that makes sense, Olivier. And I just feel like it's an important time to look at where you invest in your energy and how, and go, am I trying to achieve something that my mind has told me I'm supposed to and should, and responsibilities, or is it I want to be free and I want my heart to be expressed, and I want to enjoy each day when I wake up, not try to get through it, not try to live for the weekends or the holidays or whatever, but every day becomes an adventure and a journey of fun, right? So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you. I think that was for more than just you and me. So hopefully that resonated for more people. All right. And then Lucky, you are up next here. And then if I don't have any other donations or any of other of my YouTube monthly members, then I will start at the very top for the free readings. So Lucky, you want to know, how are you being perceived through John's eyes, his ears, the sound of voice, the mind, and energy? All right. Let's take a look here. Of course, you know, whenever we ask about how are other people perceiving us, there's a great meme that was out there about how other people think of us or perceive us. It's really none of our business because it doesn't have anything to do with us. We're a mirror. What they see in us is a reflection of, through their own eyes, how they're perceiving the world, right? We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So if I'm at war inside of me, I'm going to see a world at war. If I'm at peace inside of me, I see a world of peace. If I'm full of love, I see a loving world. If I'm full of hate, I see a hating world. And so when we're asking how other people perceive us, it's like it depends on how dirty their glasses are. They're gonna see, like, "Why do you have polka dots all over you?" Lucky, and it's because they've got polka dots on their glasses, because that's what they have from their experiences. But, we'll take a look here and see what they're seeing. It gives you a good idea of um what they are going through in their own lives. But I love spirit, because spirit would tell me because we all question that as humans, because we're taught, how do people perceive us, defines us, and it doesn't. It just tells us more about what other people are going through. But what spirit showed me, for me, is a better, more productive use of my energy is to see, how do I perceive other people, because that's the mirror that's reflecting me back to me. And so when I look at people and go, well, that person's just trying to fit me in between the important things, it's like, ooh, how am I trying to fit myself in between the important things? That I can do something about, right? I can't control anyone else's thoughts, emotions, energies, or, physical actions. Can make it easier or harder for them to choose higher vibration or lower vibration, but ultimately they're making their own. Just like no one can make me think a certain way, feel a certain way, act a certain way, focus my energy in a certain way. Only I have that, right? Yeah. So, yeah, we see the Two of Pentacles coming in here. So that's that power of choice we're talking about here. And so they perceive that you're kind of juggling a couple things in your life here. But the Nine of Wands, there is this energy of a block of walls, energetic walls that are up that keep them from moving towards you. And it is these actions of the outside world that they perceive and that come in with that. It feels like they're unsure because they see you kind of in two different ways with this two of pentacles. And I see that. So this is what they're trying to tell us. One day they're looking at you this way, the next day they're looking at you this way. And it depends on how they're feeling. Because, like, have you ever had it like you wake up in the morning and you're all full of joy and overflowing, and you think everyone is so amazing, and then the next day you wake up not feeling well on the wrong side of the bed, and you're kind of cranky, and everyone else just sucks that day, and they haven't done anything differently, but your perception of them has changed. Well, that's the same thing that happens. Depends on what's going on with their energy, and they're owning their energy. It constantly moves back and forth between you're either up here one day and then down here the next day. And none of that has to do with you. It has to do with what's going on inside of them. What kind of fire and energy is going on with all that? See all these different hands with different wands all around. It depends on their energy. Everyone does the best they can in the moment with their own mindsets, with the energy that they're experiencing. Um, so I like this energy of how are you perceiving yourself through your eyes, your ears, the sound of your voice, your mind, and your energy. That's what you can look at and what you can change, right? You even got the Hierophant. Yeah. You got the Hierophant and the Hermit on the bottom, which is they're all about the energy of look at, um, the capital T truth of who you really are. And then the small t truth of our human, how it judges us and contrasts us and compares us to everyone and everything else. There's a lot of clarity that can come in with that. All right. So hopefully that helps, Lucky. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And I think that is it for my donations and the monthly YouTube membership. So we'll scroll to the very top. I'll be on for about 40 more minutes or so. So if anyone wants theirs prioritized and going deeper, we can do that. For the free readings, it's like one card, maybe two cards. So we will do that. Just shuffle these up. So up first, we got Swaroop Bobby. Hello, hello. Any new job coming, you want to quit your current one? All right, let's take a look here. All right. We had the King of Pentacles, which is about abundance and fullness and wholeness in the outside world that's coming up here. So I like this feeling of gratitude that comes in with the King of Pentacles because the King, he's been through all the Pentacle suit, which has to do with the outside world, including jobs, relationships, situations, all that kind of stuff of the stage of the world, right? Um, all the props that come with all that, including your own body. And they realized that when they focused on wanting more in life, that their energy pushed it away. But to discover that whatever I focus on, when gratitude is what I draw to me. And so, you do have the possibilities of jobs and abundance coming your way, but it starts with gratitude for what you do have and for the jobs that you've had in the past. Doesn't mean you have to be thankful for the entire job, because of course there's things that our human enjoys and things that it doesn't. But focus on the gratitude for the different things you loved in the different jobs. That changes your vibration. That's attractive instead of want, which is repulsive. It pushes things away, it rejects things away. That's how lower energy of wanting works, and fear versus gratitude and joy and drawing that in, right? So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Swaroop. So many blessings to you. Right, we'll continue down the list here. So we've got Kritika Malhotra. Hi. So you like Gaurav. What are his feelings for you? So right now, What are his feelings for you? Yeah, I mean, you have the sun card here. It's very childlike with Leo energy. So there is attraction there with the sun energy and the wands kind of energy that comes with that. And but it's not love, it's not emotion, it's attraction. And they like again, it's like a lion, Leo energy. They don't want to be trapped. They don't want intention, commitment, rules. They just like enjoying being and seeing what unfolds. Not, they don't want to have a cage of any kind, not to be controlled. Like I said, not defined. What are your intentions? Oh, that will send the lion running because they're like, I'm not going back to that zoo ever again. And so they have this, they like the fire, they like the brightness, the joy, the passion kind of energy. And so it's more energetic attraction and physical attraction that's currently there. So that is what is coming in for that one, Kritika. So there you go. Right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then new love, you are up next. So if you sort out your home more, will you get more clearer about what to do with your life? You feel a little chaotic sometimes. All this energy going on this year. I can imagine we're actually even moving into eclipse season here. So there's a lot of that. Yeah. Page of Wands, your energy, whatever you focus on does draw in similar things. So the more we, focus our stories of higher vibration of joy, gratitude, unconditional love, the more we draw in, the more we focus on emotion like that. Um, our energies, our physical actions, like clearing things out, all of that energy combines together and draws in things that equal like attracts like, right? So I definitely feel like you would, the more that you do it physically, but also energetically. You can balance your chakras, you can, sage or incense things to clear the energy, look at clearing emotion, anything that can be dropped away that no longer serves you, any mindsets that no longer serve you that are lower vibration. Any of that stuff, all that energy combined draws in equal things that match it, and then also allows you to release things as well. So I like that for you. And chaos, that's fear energy, that's lower vibrational energy. So when we have the chaos, we come down here to experience the chaos, right? We come from cozy, we come down to chaos. That's what my podcast was earlier this year, from chaos back to cozy. But we come down here, and so don't beat yourself up for feeling chaos, because what does that do? Beating up energy is chaotic energy. It keeps us in that loop. But when you're done experiencing chaos, you can take a big deep breath, step back, and then purposely raise your vibration to gratitude, joy, laughter, that unconditional love energy. Then you see clarity come in. Our human side is chaotic, which is always with us, but we have our spirit self, that's the character, I'm sorry, the actor behind this character, that always has our natural state of being, which is peaceful and joy and laughter and unconditional love, that we can tune into and make a choice to change it. Something I do that I talk about a lot is when I'm wanting to change my habit, because we're taught to be chaotic and live in a chaotic world, until we remember that we're so much more than that. And when we do that, then we're like, okay, you know what? Setting like a silent vibrating alarm on my phone for every waking hour allows me to pull back myself from chaos, breathe, whatever I would, name my alarms, gratitude, breathing, whatever I felt I needed to do to come back out of it is what I would focus on. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, new love. And so many blessings to you. Right. We'll continue moving down the list here. We've got Dandara, I think, if I'm saying that correctly. You'd like to know if Avandro will talk to you in person this week. All right, let's take a look here. We've got the 4 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles, I don't feel like it's this week. With that 7 of Pentacles, that's one of the patience cards. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But I do feel like there's a 4 of Wands is like a celebration. It's like a gathering that's coming up, and I feel like that's where you guys will connect, is at some sort of, it could be, um, you know, birthday party, a wedding, something, some sort of gathering together, celebrating something. It just feels like a joyful event, and then you guys, hey, hey, and then you guys are able to talk at this event. And I don't know if they'll invite you to the event or if you guys just bump into each other. I feel like it's more something in between that, like, "Hey, are you gonna be going to that thing?" "Yeah, well, I'll talk I'll good, I'll get to see you there." "Okay, cool," kind of stuff. So, hopefully that makes sense, Dandara, and that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Dandara. And then, Day Sturgis, what is hidden from you? Uh-oh. You got the 2 of Swords. There's this inner battle that's going in back and forth, and I feel like what's hidden from you is, it's like guidance from your heart in a particular decision to be made. And what I love about the blindfold of the 2 of Swords, this is like, close your eyes and open your heart, and I love it. I've had done this with a few friends of mine where they're like, "I don't know what to do," and I'm like, "Close your eyes, open your heart. What do you feel?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, this is what I wanna do." I'm like, "There you go." And sometimes that all it takes is to get out of our head and get into our heart, is to close our eyes, which closes off our mind, and then, because we're not gathering data with our eyes, and then we're able to, feel from the heart. So I feel like that's what is hidden from you right now, is in a particular decision that the heart, doesn't feel like it's being heard, and the mind is kind of bullying the heart, going, "No, you can't have what you want." And and you're like, "Oh, really? Bye bye." And then it's like, "Okay, there you are. I like that. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I want to do." So, that's what I feel. And if it's something that's, you're like, "Well, I don't feel like I have a decision like that yet," then it's coming. So be aware of that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Day Sturgis. So many blessings to you. And then we have QV Love. No, Adriana, I haven't got to you yet. You're still a few, like a handful away yet. All right. So QV Love, what's next on love for you? All right. Wow, you got the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands is a lot of energy that's coming in here, and a lot of energy being invested towards love. And when I get that, with this, I'm getting this energy of, rather than focusing on finding love, finding passion, it's live love, live your passion. So I feel like what they're nudging you to do is pursue the things that you love to do. Like if you have a hobby, if you love to paint or do clay, or hiking, or volunteering at a soup kitchen, whatever it is that's on your heart of what you love to do, go do that. Because it's in living your passion and pursuing that, that you meet someone that also loves to do that, and sparks happen, and you guys are drawn together, and that's what progresses towards a relationship. It's the difference between, I want love and I'm pursuing hiring for a position in my life, then I'm living life and I meet someone and a relationship forms from it. The difference is the intention, the this Wands energy behind it. I need love, I need to find love, then that just pushes it away. But when I'm living my passion, living the love that I have for myself and for life, then I meet someone while I'm doing that, and sparks, and then a relationship forms. I like that. So that's what they have for you, QV Love. So many blessings to you. All right. And then it feels you are up. So angel guidance for you. You have the three of wands coming in here, and I feel like there is some new awareness that's going to be coming in, some clarity on your path coming up. And you are, when you get this new information, when you get this new um it's new possibilities too with all of that, that you're like, oh wow, I never thought of going that way, because you were really fixed in this, but you've been changing, you becoming more open-minded, more open-hearted, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to continue going in this direction, I want to go up on this direction. So allow yourself that change, allow yourself that movement and the altering of the course for you. And that's what your angels are wanting you to do, is you're supported. There's no wrong choice, but there are choices that are more in alignment with what our heart wants and what our soul wants to guide us towards. And we'll get caught in a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts and oughtas. It's opinion that we're given growing up, and it's okay to head off in that direction. It's an adventure, but there are points in our life where we have ahas and go, that's not what I want. I could go this way and I want to go this way. Allow yourself. Don't worry about other people are going to think, blah, blah, blah. It's your life to live. So live it. And I feel like that's what they're supporting you in making this change. Right. So that's what's coming in for you. Feels. And then eucalyptus body wash. You are up next. And general reading. All right. You do have this ace of wands. Well, all this wands energy coming in. But we've got this, the power empowerment here. It's like the magician card. A lot of manifestation energy is available to you. Lower vibrational energy moves slow. Higher vibrational energy, things come in fast. Lower vibration is things tied to fear, right? The small t truths rooted in fears. Higher vibrations, things like unconditional love and joy and laughter and gratitude and all that. And um, normally those things are vibrating at a higher vibration. They draw things faster that match it. Lower vibration draws in things slowly, right? And then things slowly leave. Higher vibration, fast come and go, right? This ace of wands is saying you're entering this period, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks is what it feels like, where you have a great, like, everything is sped up. So higher vibration comes in even faster than it was before, and leaves, when you take your energy off of it, falls away as fast, but also draws in lower vibration fast as well. It's like all your planets are in alignment around manifestation. So it's a kind of this message from spirit, just letting you be aware of whatever you focus on the most grows very, very fast, and it's drawn to you very, very fast. And so be aware of where you're focusing your energy. Wherever you're pointing that magic wand, it's going to draw it to you. So be aware. Don't, drift off and go, whoa, what is that coming? It's like be very purposeful on where you're focusing your energy over the next 2 to 3 weeks, because it can either draw in a lot of lower vibration or a lot of higher vibration, a lot of abundance and fullness, or lack and limitedness and smallness. And there's no right or wrong. It's like, why does this happen? Well, a lot of times this happens so that we can learn of our power of manifestation, because we see immediate results. Then we're like, oh, okay, so I learned to focus my energy on higher vibration. Also, I talk a lot about, on my phone, whenever I have that kind of energy coming in, I just do uh, a vibrating silent alarm for every waking hour of energy, focus, whatever to word I need on my little alarm when my phone vibrates. I go, who's calling me? Or I'm like, oh, that's right. Where's my energy focus? Let me bring it back to higher vibration. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then content, you are up. Will you travel for work in the next 2 months? You got the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is can be a movement in the outside world type of energy. It's this equal giving and receiving type of energy. Um, so there's great possibilities for that to happen. Something to look at if you haven't looked at it before yet. I'm going to give you both of these episodes from my Take 10 with Zen, which is uh, episode 4 is about our energy, but episode 5 is about our our it's the change of the how am I trying to say, the rate of exchange of how much I have to give to deserve, right? And when I can balance this out of balance, giving and receiving, it allows the force fields to come down, allows opportunities to come in. So I do like this for you. I feel like that's telling you that there's a great possibility for this to come in. There's this flow of abundance that's available to come to you in the outside world, but um, definitely look at that video. It's like 10 minutes or less, but it gives you some awareness around how that works and how that can be transformed as well. All right. So that's what they have for you. Yeah, and VD, your was done after CC's second one. What I'm doing now is I do the donations first, and then anyone that's a monthly YouTube subscriber, which your names are in green with a little badge, you guys are up next, and then I go to the free readings. So you would be after CC, which probably 30 minutes ago, maybe ish, give or take. But it would have been the last of the donations, and then I believe, yeah, you were up first as the first one there. All right. Hopefully that helps. All right, and then Adriana Granados, you are up. So, why is Miller sad? Okay, let's take a look here and see what they want you to know here. We have the Magician card coming in here, which they're very much the manifester, and they've been really focusing in on some lower vibrational situations, and they just are, it's like they have a lot of these expectations, this wanting things and they're not getting things. But what happens with that, and which we've been talking a little bit about in this session today, is when I focus on wanting, or I'm missing something, or I'm fearing something, or I'm hating something, whatever I focus on grows and expands. So if I feel like I'm wanting someone, something, a job, whatever, my energy of wanting actually pushes things away, because my energy is telling the universe, I enjoy wanting, and I can't enjoy this feeling of wanting if I get what I'm wanting. So, can you push it away? And so, there's this sadness, this feeling of, I never, I don't feel successful. I don't get what I'm wanting. And always I feel like this disappointment. But if they would change their energy of higher vibration to that of gratitude for what they do have, what they have had in the past, that energy will bring in things that match that energy. But because they're focusing on lower vibrational energy, they're bringing in this, disappointment of life, because they're trying to fill themselves up with those things, and they're actually pushing them away from them, which eventually is great. I mean, we all go through this as humans. We're taught to try to fill ourselves up from the outside world, and when um, we get what we think is supposed to fill us up, it don't, right? It's lacking, it falls short, because what we're really searching for is the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms that fills us up. And then the outside world changes from a place of disappointment and lack and falling short, because we're filling up from the inside. Anything anyone gives us feels like abundance and overflow. And so their sadness comes in because they have expectations that they're trying to fulfill in the outside world, which are falling short. And also they're focusing on wanting, and they're pushing things away. And they just are in this kind of emotional desperation of wanting to feel full, and they just haven't been able to find that, because they're looking for love, they're looking for that emotion in all the wrong places, like the song says. And like Whitney Houston's song, the greatest love of all is right here inside of us, right? So that's what's going on with them, Adriana. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's what is coming in for you for that question. All right. All right. Very good, Beatty. All right. And then Ashvin Ray. Any good news coming towards you? Let's take a look here. Yeah, it looks like you have the Ace of Swords, some new communication coming in that's going to bring you some great, great clarity. There's this, it's good news. Swords is the suit of communication. So that is like, yeah, you're going to have some coming in. And I feel like a big piece of it is a big aha. It just, I feel like it's something that clarifies your life, which answers several questions you have about your life, about your future, about where you want to go, who you want to be, what you want to do. But I feel like this news comes in, it just something, a light bulb goes off that just brings clarity around it all too. It's like, all right, this is what I want to do, where I want to go, who I want to be. So I like that. That's a lot of our, you know, challenge in life is to have clarity, have guidance, have direction, right? And I feel like this is a big piece of what's coming in for you. So, yay, I like that for you. All right, so that's what they have for you. Continue moving down the list here. And then we have Sudeshni. Hello, hello. So, love coming towards you this year or next. All right. Well, you have the Seven of Cups. So, you do have the possibility of uh, love coming in this year or next, because the Seven of Cups is a lot of emotional choice, a lot of emotional confusion, but it's also a ton of emotional possibilities. And so, a big piece of love is it's all about finding the chalice within us, right? Because there's a lot of different love available in the outside world, but it's conditional love. And what our soul and our heart are hungry for is the unconditional love of the higher realm. So the more that you turn inward and upward, the greater your ability to feel that love from above is, and you fill up and overflow. But it also opens up the ability to give and receive love to the humans in the outside world. And so these, kind of false imitation love that's available in the outside world, you you don't stop wanting it, you just stop needing it as you turn inward and upward, and you get a lot of clarity around what you will and won't um, allow in your life. Like your boundaries become solid, and you don't feel as desperate and in much as a need of getting love from the outside world. It becomes a want, and it's above and beyond extra, and it's difference of I need you to live and survive, I'll take whatever I can get, to I'm full and overflowing. I don't know, that's okay, I can bypass that, I can bypass that. Oh, but I do, I'll take that. So it opens up your ability to choose from a place of fullness than from a place of desperation, because that's where we get as humans when we're trying to fill up with that love from the outside world, instead of finding the great love that we have inside of us, overflowing with it, and then we can have these relationships that are so different. So hopefully that helps, Sudeshni. That's what they have for you right now. Right. Continue down the list here. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anyone. So Minaheel, hello, hello. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. You'd like a general for September. Let's see what they want you to know here. Wow, you got the King of Cups coming in here, which is the balance between the heart and the head. And it's a good feeling. It's, stepping into emotional stability. It's stepping into balancing your life and connecting to this higher, it's like your higher heart and your higher um, connection of mind, even to spirit. And it just feels like there's a lot of beautiful balance that comes in, and you're really seeing life from a different perspective here. And it makes sense. We've got a lot of eclipse energy happening with Pisces energy. I think it happens toward the end of the month, but there is a lot of clarity, a lot of awareness that comes in with all of that too. So I like that for you. It feels very, I don't know, it feels very balancing, feels very like riding the wave where you're just like, at the top of the wave, just riding the emotion, looking at being able to see things, going with the flow, not trying to control the wave, controlling anyone else. I feel like you're just in this zone of peace with this energy. So I like that for you. Which with all this you know eclipse energy, I feel like that's great because there's going to be a lot of it's pretty intense energy. But if you have a lot of water in your chart or a water moon, I feel like it's allowing you to ride the waves and just have a lot of ahas and deep perspective. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have. Another little piece for for you, Minihio. Right. All right, Vidi. Oh, good. I'm so glad you found it, Vidi. Yay. All right. Let's see here. So we did this one. We did this one. So Chelsea Daly, you want to know, is David Anthony going to be your simp? Let's take a look here. You know, we got the Justice card coming in here, and this is a balancing um kind of revelation energy that comes in being card number 11 here. And this is about seeing things from a different perspective and this balancing that comes in here. It just doesn't feel like, you know, that they like right now they might seem like something that you'd be interested in having in your life, being something in your life. But I just feel like as you connect and see things from a different perspective, as you're changing, as you're letting go old mindsets that don't serve you anymore, those that are rooted in fear of not being enough, fear of failure, fear of rejection, and those small t truths of opinion you grew up with, that as you change, you're like, yeah, that's not for me. I want something else. You're transforming into a butterfly and you're like, I don't want to be with a caterpillar because I want to be able to be with another butterfly where I can go on great journeys together and we seek the same nectar. It's not like I have to wait around for the caterpillar to catch up. Butterflies can fly thousands of miles. Caterpillar can never make that journey. Their little feet, crawling along and they hit water and they're like, I can't get across it. And you're like, oh, good. I don't want to be limited. I want to be able to be me and fly. So I don't feel like they're at that point. It's like they're a caterpillar and you're transforming into a butterfly and you're changing. So you're not going to want the same things as they do, or as you have when you were a caterpillar. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what coming in for you, Chelsea. So many blessings to you. All right, let me just look here, make sure I'm not skipping anyone here. All right, so Alice, hello, hello. So does Harris think that you're the one who got away? What regrets has he been having about our connection lately? Let's take a look here. We've got the Page of Swords. This is, movement of thought and belief and mindset that, is coming in here. So they definitely are thinking differently about the relationship. And I don't feel like it's to the extreme of, that the one who got away. I don't feel like they're that type of individual, Alice, where they go backwards. I feel like they will look at things more of like, what I liked about Alice was this. I like this about our connection. So this is what I'm gonna add that into other things I've liked from other interactions with other people. And so they're gonna look for someone that has both that. It's like there's five things, and this thing is what they liked about you the most, and this is what they liked about someone else, and this is about someone else, and this is about someone else. It's like they gather experiences and they're like, I like that, and so they do, have that. The next person, I'm gonna have all of this. It's like, I don't know if you watch Star Trek, the Borg, they just adapt and simulate. It's like they want more. I want that plus all these things. But, the big thing to realize is that they are searching outside of themselves, like the collector, trying to collect these characteristics that they like in other people. But the problem with that is that when we think that, we're attracted to something in someone, if we try to own someone because that's what we like and not learn to find it for ourselves, then we're gonna feel possessive, we're gonna feel restrictive, and we're gonna do this. And I feel like, we just are unhappy until we find and develop those things within ourselves. So they will continue to go from person to person, trying to find this fullness that they're looking for, but it's not out here. It's not in you, it's in here, right? So, but I don't feel like they're the type who feels like, "Oh, someone got away, that's the one that got away." They're like, "You know what I liked about that fish? I like that these fins. So I'm gonna try to find a fish that has these fins, but also this horn and a sword." I think I want a swordfish because I wanted them to have a sword for their nose. It's like, "What?" But this is what they're trying to find, this creature outside of themselves, but it's them who they're trying to find, right? So, you know, look at your the energy you can look at that is productive for you is when you look at, how are you the one for yourself that got away, right? What regrets do you have about the connection that you don't have for yourself, right? And so, because again, when we're looking outside of ourselves for it, they're not the one you're looking for. You're the one that you're looking for. So that's what they have for you there. All right. So hopefully that helps, Alice. You can let that go, right? We can try anyway. All right. So many blessings to you. And then we've got Sable Liao. You want to know, how can you get out of your current situation, or how can you stand in your power on your own? You feel like you're stuck in this rut currently, not sure which way to go. All right, absolutely. High vibes to you too. All right, yeah, we have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords represents probably how you feel, right? Um, Ten of Swords is being full of all these supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's, right? And we've got this this duck isn't dead, even though they have a little X for his eye. They're exhausted trying to live up to all those expectations of the outside world, right? And so, to stand in our own power on our own, it's like when we get sick and tired of being sick and tired, trying to live up to everyone's expectations, trying to live up to all these opinions that we had growing up. It's like, no, I can let all this go. And when we realize the difference between all this opinion in our head about the stories that, when this happens in the outside world, this is what it's supposed to mean. When all that happens in the outside world, this is how I'm supposed to feel, how I'm supposed to act, how I'm supposed to invest my energy. But this Ten of Swords is really focusing in on thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that come in. And it's like, I don't need to fear, or get to the root of the fears, right? Because the Ten of Swords are all those small truths of opinion growing up, all that's supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be, that we're inundated with growing up, and we just take it all on as truth and real, but it's not. And um so some things you can do some things how you can learn to stand in your power that'll help you identify them. Whenever I'm feeling stressed or trapped, I ask myself, who or what am I trying to fix? Who or what am I trying to control? Who or what am I fearing? And then what am I expecting? These are all expectations. And then when I look at those and realize those, then I can set myself free from them because I realize, oh, this is just opinion, but I get to choose the story. I get to choose my emotion. I get to choose my energy and my actions. So there's a freedom that comes with all that. So hopefully that helps, Sable. That's what they have for you right now. So hang in there. Right. Hey, Supernova. Hello, hello. Thank you for your multiple donations there. So I don't see any questions yet. I'll continue with the free readings until I see questions pop up there. Okay, do this. So BB, you are up next. So has David been thinking about you or missing you lately? How is his other relationship going? He's got the Hanged Man here, which is this transformation, seeing things from a higher perspective, kind of just on hold, kind of just, um, this transformation, but it's like they're kind of just feel cocooning. It keeps on coming in. It's like hermiting, kind of very reflective, trying to see things differently in all of here. So I don't feel like they're not, I don't feel like they're missing anyone. They are doing a lot of reflection about you and other people and current relationship and everything else, but I just feel like they're in this period of deep reflection and trying to understand themselves. So they're not really focusing on people outside of them, particularly going, "Oh, I miss them. I wonder how they're doing," whatever. They're more going, "So when this happened between me and BB, what did that mean? What?" Right? And then when this happened with them, you're part of the reflection, but they're focused on themselves as per usual, right? So they got that kind of energy that's coming in there. And but I what I like about when we are drawn in, all the relationships are mirrors for us. And so when we're getting this type of reflection, it's like spirit is saying, look at yourself, right? What have you been thinking about yourself lately? Have you been missing yourself lately? Your true self, your connection with yourself? And how is your other relationships going? And especially your relationship with yourself and your higher self, because that is the reflection of all the outside world too. So that's what's coming in there for you, BB. Hopefully that helps. All right, we did those, we did those, we did those. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, very good, Sable. I'm so glad that helped. All right, great courts. I think you are up. I see Sable here too. You said you hear the messages you need to hear, even if it wasn't originally asked. Yeah, I love Spirit, how they just know that what we can overhear and hear applies to us too. They're just so talented. I love them. Right, so great courts. You be the last free reading, and then Supernova, if you're awake, you can put your questions there. I'll make sure we get you taken care of here too. So, great chord. You say you feel love is coming in as spirit guides have told you to focus on this romantic person. What else does spirit want to tell you about this new romance? All right. Yeah, the Eight of Cups. So there are definitely uh, preparation, right? Uh, to prepare for this romance. The Eight of Cups is kind of a dual energy of realizing where you're investing your emotional energy, right? It's like an inventory. And we look at things and we look at like you know um and this can be family, friends, past exes, schoolmates, workmates, whoever, relationships, whatever kind, where we're investing a lot of energy and where we're the one always giving 70, 80, 90, 100%. We're keeping relationships alive, and other people are not investing a whole lot, and you're realizing, you know what, I'm the life support system of this relationship, and It's time for me to back off and unplug and see if it's going to breathe on its own because I'm only willing to give this much. Or there might be some like you're like, yeah, you know what? I've been holding this for a long time, and this is what I needed to hear. I'm backing off of it, and we'll see if they even notice, right? But it's about pulling back on this energy that you're investing in family, friends, whoever, and it's like you're building up your emotional bank to help prepare for this romance, right? And the Eight of Cups, the other piece of that is, you've been doing shadow work like it feels like forever, right? But it's becoming aware of all these emotions that were stuffed when we were 7 years old and younger that are we using emotional energy to keep energy down because we had sad times when we wanted to cry when we were under 7, we were told, "Stop your crying," or we wanted to throw a fit because we were angry, and they're like, "You better stop that or you're gonna be punished," and so we stuffed those because we didn't know what to do with it, and that energy charged emotional energy is below the surface that we're holding down, and so there's also transforming that so that you get back this emotional energy from friendships and relationships and old emotions that you're transforming in your emotional bank is filling up with all this emotional energy that's going to be available for you there to be able to invest in this romance that's coming. But if you have all this, it's like if you have, they have all those apps that they advertise about, see where you're investing all of your money. You might be having subscriptions you don't even know about. And that's what they're talking about is becoming aware of where you're investing all this emotional energy and going, oh, I've been investing there for so long. I didn't even realize that I can bring all this back. I'm going to refunnel all of this energy into this romance. So that's what's coming in for you, great courts. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's what they have for you right now. All right. Right, Supernova. I don't see anything from you yet. Hey, Kelsey. While I'm waiting for Nova here, I will. There they come. So I will do yours really quick and then I'll jump to Nova's. So, will your roommate and you find a nice apartment to move to by October? Yep, you definitely have the possibility here with the Knight of Wands. And this is about owning your energy, what you're focusing on, right? So, you definitely can. And, we talk about how to invest our energy, how to invest or our focus, right? Whatever we focus our energy on, we draw energy that is similar to that, like attracts like. So if we're focusing on want a new apartment, that's going to push it away further for us because we're telling the universe, I enjoy wanting. And so my energy of want pushes what I'm wanting away so that I can want longer because that's what I'm saying that I really enjoy. But if I start having gratitude about, where I'm living now or where I've lived in the past, you can ask the universe, once we'd like a new apartment, by October. And I'm so grateful you're going to bring the perfect one and the perfect timing and the perfect way. And is there, show me any way that I can bring it in faster or where I can look for it, et cetera, and then follow that energy, gratitude, joy, and that trust, and that's what brings in things um, faster for you. So you definitely have that ability. That Knight of Wands comes in there, so I like it. I like it for you. So boom, boom, shakalaka. You're very welcome. All right. So Nova, thank you so much for the first thumbs up donation there. So we'll jump to number 1 there. And messages from spirit guides. All right. I've got like 14 decks of Oracle, and I just feel like they're drawing me over here. And this is going to be the Queen of the Moon Oracle for that message for your first one. Hope you're doing well, enjoying your adventures. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. Queen of the moon. Not mooning the queen. Don't do it. Don't do it. So you've got discernment. Beautiful card here. I was actually talking to my praying mantis group. There's this all these beautiful, beautiful rainbow constellations up here in this moon. And I love this about seeing things from this higher perspective. It was actually, I was talking about this moon. It wasn't even a meditation. Well, it was a meditation in a way, but it was like an experience that blew my mind because I was talking to a friend about, you know, energy and stuff, and he was studying in college some they had some African deities and different things, um and it was really interesting. And we were walking I was walking him over to his job because I lived like a few blocks away, so we were just walking after we had gotten together for a rehearsal. And he was like he was preparing like a cashier's money and everything with his back to me, and he goes, "Well, what's next for you, like, with your spiritual journey?" And right when he said that, it was like in my mind, the roof of the house or the place he was at just blew off, and I saw 7 orbs representing each of the 7 chakras. And that's what that reminded me of, was like it blew open and there was all this colorful energy coming towards me. And he felt it. I just felt like this flood of energy just like went bam, like a big, EMP pulse, right? Psh. He turned around and he was like, "What the hell was that?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I think I need to go home and meditate." I go, "Because I think you're right." So give me a hug, and I went back, and as soon as I got in, I just closed the door, locked it, and went and sat down in the dark and just immediately opened up because I didn't want it to go away. And there they were. It's like the roof blew off again, but they were closer. There was 7 huge orbs, and, they had this, um, shaking and this rattling, and it's like a Skittles commercial where they all blew up and they all formed a giant, like, because they all joined together, it was like it became a bright white light for us. And I was on the moon suddenly, feeling this energy, feeling just this place. And there's other stuff that happened, but I feel like there a big piece of this is like when you're feeling overwhelmed in this life, that you can sit and breathe and go sit on the moon in your third eye and look down at earth and feel the presence of all these angelic, beautiful beings of unconditional love and light that encircle the entire planet, energetically. And you can just sit out there and feel like you're sitting in a group of people with you. So I like that. That's just like an extra piece of this coming in here for you. So I like that. All right. And then this is: take care in your choices now. Look carefully and judge wisely. There may have been something difficult to see, something that has been obscured, but now it has been revealed to you, and examine it closely. Little affirmation for the card says, "I take my time to be accurate and precise in my discernment." So no leaping quickly into stuff. It's you sit and you take time to discern. Says, when you get some years on you, young whippersnapper, hopefully you will the time you spend moving and choosing upon this earth brings you some kind of wisdom. Some of that wisdom will be bred of hindsight and perspective. All of us, if we are engaged in life, make good decisions and poor ones. Sometimes we make spectacularly bad ones. All of us get hurt others, learn, forget, fall over again, get up. But hopefully we grow, we change. We are able to spot where our sore points are and fix them if we so choose. We are able to take a good long look at what is painfully recurring in our lives and deal with it. It says, yes, baby, deal. The secret here is discernment, real discernment, really making it a priority to take time to ensure acuteness of judgment, really looking at the fine print before you buy. Instead of taking things on face value or rushing into surface judgments, take your sweet time to form friendships and business relationships. Excuse me, tickle in my throat. Put your energy output into perspective, looking at evidence instead of only just believing. Feel and act when you're being trodden upon or having your boundaries overstepped or when something doesn't feel quite kosher. Ask clarifying questions and really listen to the answers offered, then act on the reality. That is growth. That is real pattern busting. That is the gathering of wisdom. And the overall themes of this moon cycle are action and will. So, owning your actions, owning your will, owning your discernment. So, I like that. I know you're not that old. So I called you young whippersnapper, but I like this. And if you believe in, I mean, if you like stones and crystals, yellow jasper is a good energy to help you with this. But I feel like they're saying and they're showing you here that you know we all experience getting hurt and learning and forgetting and falling over again and getting up. But it's all about growing and changing through it, not staying in the recurring patterns. So, using discernment, taking action when you feel trodden upon, ask clarifying questions, try to understand, and the focus of change. And with the card number 10, that is the card of endings and beginnings and transformation. So, I like that for you. Right? So, that is the message from Spirit right now here for you. Action and will, discernment, really paying attention to choices. So that is what they have for that one. And so if you want for number 2 and number 3, I don't see those yet here. And for anyone new, I'm not taking any new free readings for this session since I'm at my end of this session, but I'm going to finish up any donation. So if you want to make a donation, I will complete those in this session. But I'm done with the free readings for this one. I had completed all of them up to this point. Adriana, actually, Adriana, I did answer yours a little earlier. Let's see. Probably within about 20 or 30 minutes ago. So I did answer why is Miller feeling sad earlier. So if you want to rewind a little bit, you should be able to find yours there. All right. So number 2, Nova, what else would spirit guides want you to know? All right. Let's see here. Yeah, they're really going into the oracle for you today. We've got the Blue Angel Oracle. Beautiful. Look at the back of that deck. These are such a beautiful cards here. All right. So what else for Supernova? All right. This is the one. Wow. You must have like a lot of moon energy happening, right? You actually got Luna because you had Queen of the Moon Oracle. Now you have this beautiful Luna. Master number 22, which is a powerful energy of connecting to your higher self and connecting to the higher realms too. So I love that. Wow. This card's called Emotional Healing. In the days leading up to the next full moon, you may feel, excuse me, unusually emotional for no apparent reason. We'll see when that is here because we just had um, the new moon in Virgo. So the full moon should be what, next week? Maybe the week after. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. It's a lunar eclipse too on September 17th in Pisces. Oh, my gosh. So a very emotional full moon coming up. You're always emotional, right? But this is gonna, yeah, in which this is, it's like releasing a fish that's been in a little, bag or a fish bowl and putting it into a giant lake. It's like, you finally get to like flow with that. So there's a lot of emotional transformation I feel that will happen with this because it is Pisces, which will take us all into a deep, beautiful energy of reflection. So it says you're experiencing an emotional healing, the release of unexpressed emotions that you have kept long inside, locked inside for a long time. Perhaps you had forgotten these feelings existed, so they have come to remind you. Let them go, and you shall be healed. There is nothing you need to do or work through. Just allow your emotions to surface without trying to suppress them. Allow all to unfold as it will and trust it as a blessing. You will enjoy the benefits of this emotional release for years to come. And there's a little, I think this is an affirmation. It says, I release the memories that are buried in my heart. My scattered feelings are blown away by the wind. Only beautiful memories remain. They drift through my mind like autumn leaves on golden wings of light. Wow. So definitely a message of emotional healing coming in here. And of course, this is an important time, but you definitely are going to be. There was a gnat. Go, go, get away. Definitely this release with all this full moon energy that's coming in here. Wow. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. So confirmation from spirit that, this is what is happening. This is what is unfolding. And it is opening you up to a higher connection with your spiritual self too, with that master number 22 that's coming in for you there. I love spirit. They love talking to you. You're like, yeah, that's the words of the song, all right. So I like that for you there. All right. So emotional healing, I mean, that other card too with the moon energy, there's a lot of emotional transformation that's having. So um yeah, it's beautiful. And I love that affirmation too. I think that's what you're saying the words were. So that is what they have for that one for you, Nova. And then number 3 here, you have the on-set chair. And I don't see number 3 question. Oh, here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Some messages. Drunk Kurt. Yeah, 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 I know from Kurt, right? Or drunk Kurt, he is always like, he always seems like he's drunk, but he's in the spirit world. So let's see here. Of course, I do feel like they want to. He always talks through these beautiful um, oracles, and these are the Dream Weavers Oracle. Beautiful cards here too. Yeah, your message said, "Messages drink Kurt. He always gives great insight." So I know you meant from Kurt, but when I saw it, I'm like, "Drunk? That sounds like Kurt." He's drunk on spirit and unconditional love energy, though. All right. So what does Curdy Pie have for you? What does he want you to know right now? All right. There it is. I love it. Could it be a dragonfly? Transformational being. And card number 8. So let's take a look here. See what Kurt wants you to know here. You're all right. So, the essential meaning of the card, it's all about seeing the meaning beyond the illusion of perceptions. Also, signs from the universe and him are all around. Recognize the outer world as a living oracle. Pay attention to the signs. So, I don't know if you have not butterflies, dragonflies. Aren't they around the entire world? But I don't know if you have been seeing dragonflies, but dragonflies are an amazing. Um, it's like butterflies. They're these huge messages from people on the other side. In fact, I had a friend of mine. I had a reading. They wanted to hear from someone on the other side, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I go, I see a dragonfly and I go, I don't know if you're going to go visit her grave, but when you do, a dragonfly is going to make an appearance. And she goes, I don't really see dragonflies a whole lot around that area, but we'll see. Well, she she actually popped in, and this was like months and months and months ago. But she popped into during one of these readings, and she was like, "Oh my god, I have to tell you, I went to her grave, and while I was putting flowers and doing some stuff, this dragonfly came right here, and it hit me between my eyes, and it knocked me over on my butt." And and it was like, "Hello?" It's her saying hello. So this is the kind of energy that they're bringing in and reminding that I show you signs all over the place. So be aware of the signs that I'm showing you because I am, bringing you a lot of them around, right? So, wherever you might get these signs, and it doesn't have to be a real dragonfly, but it's you see signs, you're going to see synchronicities popping up all over the place, and they're trying to show you those signs. Maybe they're telling you to get your butt outside too. All right. So there are days when you begin to notice just how in sync you are with the world. While you're thinking of a person, they call you or see their name on the side of a truck. You might need to know the answer to something important, then you overhear just what information you need in the lyrics of a song on the radio. Just like this lyrics of the song that you just did, that this is a sign from them. I love that. Right? Exactly. So exactly that too. It's common to develop a relationship to a sign that always shows up when the spirit of someone you've loved and lost is nearby. Oftentimes, it is based in nature, like a feather or a butterfly. Maybe a dragonfly shows up to let you know that you're on the right track. Maybe knocking on your window, bam, bam, bam. Now is the time for you to trust those signs in the world around you as a way in which the universe reflects you, witnesses you, and loves you dearly. Wow. Excuse me. Pay attention as the entire world is your oracle. Uncanny and serendipitous occurrences remind you that you matter, that the universe is watching over you, that Kurt is watching over you. Could it be a simple dragonfly, or is that a message from spirit sparkling through its wings? Trust these symbolic moments. They are sacred, and personal. Wow. They're not by accident, they are personal. So I love that message. Of course, so perfect. Coming from Curdy Pupakaka. He's so funny. All right, so that is it for your number 3 there. And then Gatuta Preda, you'll be up next. And then number 4, Nova, when you're ready, you can put that one down there too. They do give a damn completely. So Gatuta, thank you for that. Let me give that a love and a like since it lets me do those. You want to know, did Adrian's mother do bad spells for us to break up? Oh, you know, she has no power over, she can't make you guys break up or whatever. That's, black magic and curses and all that. It's a big money making business, or a control type of thing. We are so powerful, if I believe, like if someone tells me, I put a curse on you and you're going to get sick, if I say, oh no, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get sick now, well, my energy is telling me I want to get sick. So I get sick because of my energy, not because of someone else's, right? So if someone says, I put a curse on you and you boo, 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 you're so cute, it's not going to impact me at all unless I put my energy behind the fear that's ignited. And that's usually black magic and all of that, isn't really powerful at all until we give it the energy. We're the ones that allow it to impact our lives. So, they can't impact it. So if someone breaks up with us and they say, oh, my mother cursed us, you're like, whatever, you're just using that as an excuse. No, don't hit anybody. But let's take a look here and see if she was influencing it, because if she doesn't want it to work out and she's influencing her son, that can be there too. I don't see that. Temperance is alchemy. This is like going back and forth and patience and that kind of energy. I don't feel like there's any shenanigans going on there. I feel like they're just letting things unfold, see how things go. I don't feel like um, they're just very patient. They're like, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. If they're not meant to be together, it won't be. I feel like they're more allowing things just to take their course and allow things to, kind of flow in that way. Right. So that's what they have for you, Gatuta. So hang in there. And many blessings to you. All right. And then Supernova, we got number 4 and number 5. And so as soon as you put those questions, we will get to those. Hey, love, how you doing? Welcome. Doing well. I'm all done with free readings for this session. I'm just finishing up. I did complete all free readings in this session, and now I'm just extending to finish up any donations. So I will be back tonight and tomorrow for free readings if you want to join then, or if anyone wants to donate, I will continue and pull cards. All right. So number 4 for you, Nova, what does Kurt want you to know about depression and lack and of the power we have in our own lives? Wow, what a powerful, they definitely do have a lot of insight into that. And they're taking me to the Divine Masters Oracle for you here. All right, so let's see. What does he want you to know here? Well, we got the angelic brothers coming in here, Metatron and Sandalphon, which are sacred connections, synchronicity, divine connection, understanding our lessons. All right, let's see what they bring in here. So, Metatron. All right. Let me find out where they're at in the mix here. Page 100. I love the 100 there. Let me see, take a quick sip here. I love the synchronicity that comes in there. Throw all those there. So, archangels Metatron and Sandalphon are twin flame, twin brother, high vibrational angelic beings who understand what it's like to be human and angelic. So I like that. They understand what it feels like, feeling depression, feeling lack in our lives. Both of them once walked the earth as living humans, and because of their deep spiritual knowledge and connection to Source, at the end of their human lives, they ascended to angelic status in the heavens. Metatron's name means the throne next to God, and he's the archangel of ascension. Therefore, he's particularly drawn to this time when humanity has the opportunity to move beyond old ways of being and fear based limitations and into a new way of living and loving. Sandalphon's name means co brother, which refers to the fact that he is Metatron's energetic twin. He's the angel who helps us establish a heavenly connection. When these archangels come together, they establish a bridge between heaven and earth so that we can understand the interconnectedness of all things. Wow. So I feel like Kurt's saying here, it's like we're co-brothers. We have this connection, you and him do. The message that comes in is everything is working out for your highest good. All the information and experiences that are coming to you now are bringing you a greater sense of connection and understanding. Be open and aware of the signs and synchronicities that are occurring at this time, for these are miraculous reminders that there is a force behind your human comprehension that is helping you be your best self and live a life filled with purpose and meaning. If you feel stuck or unsure where things are going, you're being encouraged to see your situation from a higher perspective. If things aren't going according to plan, it doesn't mean that things aren't going according to the divine plan. A power that is greater than you, but also within you, is working to help you learn from your life experiences and understand that you are interconnected with your capital S source and you are a co creator of your destiny. Wow. So, what a great message coming in here. I love that because, when you're looking at the experiences of depression, the experiences of lack, and the power we have over our own lives, before we come down here, we do select these lives on purpose, knowing everything that we're going to experience when we come down here, right? Every single piece of it. And we come down and we experience these things on purpose for a purpose. And a lot of it has to do with contrast. We talk about this um, tapestry back here. If it was all beige, you wouldn't see that design. If it was all without that black shadow there, you wouldn't see this design in the middle. And if it was all black, you wouldn't see any of the design either. And so, we come down here to experience depression, lack, anger, sadness, limitedness, smallness, lost, feeling unsupported, feeling betrayal. All of these delicious. It's a giant amusement park full of, um, fear rides that we get in line and we ride them. And some of them we ride 1,000 times. But then when we're ready and we've experienced enough of them, then we are able to step back from it all and see things from that higher perspective, like they're talking about, where we can realize I can step out of the being in the depths of the forest and see the forest for what it is. step out of the maze of life and see the maze from above, doesn't seem as complicated when we see it from a higher perspective because we see, oh, okay, this is the fun adventure. There's the cheese, there's the cheese, there the cheese. Now, like a mouse goes through a maze getting the cheese. And it's like, I wanted to have these experiences on purpose for a purpose. And we have the power in our own lives. When we're ready, we can stop experiencing lower vibrational emotions and thoughts and beliefs and actions and everything um, by our own choice. We're the ones that whatever we focus our, energy on is what we're attracting and bringing in. When we're tired of that, then we see that there's a second option, right? That higher perspective option, higher vibrational, and we can start choosing those things, unconditional love and joy and laughter and gratitude and all of that. And then we're like, okay, this is how things can change. My energy, can change. Yeah. And we're definitely, watched over. We have multitudes of beings of unconditional love and light that are always surrounding us, always being there for us, guiding, helping. Um, and again, this card, the signs and synchronicities, they're all over the place. They're personal, they're for you, they're there to remind you that they're there, and that, we give them a honey-do list before we come down here of things we'd like to experience, and they're always working on those things. But we'll get a lot of signs and synchronicities and stuff to remind us that they're there behind us going, just if you need help, guidance, anything, we're here. Even if you just want someone to talk to, we're here. And we're listening, we're paying attention, but they'll give us repeating numbers and all sorts of signs and synchronicities to remind us that they are here and that, they just need to ask for their help of our own free will. Again, that the power we have over our lives, our energy is, um, inviting, like attracts like in, right? And so I can change my energy, but I can also ask of my own free will for them to show me things, give me clarity, show me answers, guide me, and they will. We just have to ask of our own free will while we're down here because they really honor our power of choice a lot. Yeah, everyone. We can all talk to them. They're always listening. They can hear us all the time. For us to hear them, they speak at a high vibration, right? A high frequency of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. That frequency. So if we're in lower vibration, we have a hard time hearing because it's so static and loud. But when we're in those moments of higher vibration, that's when we can hear them so clearly. So I like that for you. Right? So that's what they have for that one for you. So I think you have one more, number 5. So as soon as you put that one, and while I'm waiting for that, we'll jump down here to, hey, uh, is that Prashansa? Probably murdering that. I don't see your question yet, so I'll wait on that too. And if anyone else is looking for a reading, I'm done with free readings for this session, but any donations I will complete during this session too. All right, and then number 5, thank you for your additional donation there, for all your multiple donations, Nova. So number 5 is, what wisdom do spirit guides and Kurt want you to know about? Whatever. All right, let's take a look here. So wisdom. All right, now they're drawing you to, oh, how funny. I didn't see, because I just see the tops of the cards. But after I picked it up, I see that this is the wisdom of the elders. Well, there you go. So this is the wisdom that they want you to know. Too funny. All right. So what wisdom would you like to share? All right. It's that one right there. Wow. Master or power number 44, dream catcher. It's all about the dream time. So let's take a look here. Whether it be flying through rainbow colored clouds in a wish dream, seemingly chance encounters with departed friends and loved ones during an astral visitation, dealing with confusing or scary situations during a release dream, a dream where difficulties in your physical life are worked out during dream time, or just a joyful dream of everyday life. Our dream times are sacred and can reveal so much to us about complex issues in our waking life. Yeah, I love it. Yep, that would be Kurt. Much has been written about and studied regarding dreams, and long before anything was written or scientific studies were performed, indigenous people throughout that dream time, was simply a more powerful version of our physical reality. Countless hours were spent interpreting the messages received from their ancestors or by the creator during dream time, and often pertinent information was revealed within those dreams. This wisdom regarding the importance of recalling dreams is just as significant today, as we are all connected to the same dream world. Dream journals are a great tool to help us remember our dreams and allow us to have a record of those sacred moments. Another specific instrument to use, which is also one of the most recognizable indigenous symbols, is a dream catcher. Dream catchers originated with the Ojibwa Nation and are a loose web woven around a willow loop tied to a feather. They are meant to filter out our bad dreams, allowing in only the good ones. If you've drawn this card today, you might encounter a deeply unusual dream in the coming days, one that requires reflection and analysis. Perhaps you will release a problem you've been dealing with, and the resolution will carry over into your walking life, or I'm sorry, waking life. That makes more sense. This might also be an indication from spirit to purchase a journal to record your dreams and a dream catcher from an indigenous artist. These tools will help you move safely through your journey in dream time and assist you in reflecting on your travels there. Wow, I love that. How perfect. So they want you to know about how important the dreams are that you've been having. You've had dreams before, sometimes Kurt's in them. You imagine it's fun to pop into people's dreams. Yeah. Crazy that song is writing was so synchronized with the lyrics and the song wrote. There you go. Yeah, right. A moon journal, a dream journal, and just a regular journal, right? But I love that. So the wisdom of the dreaming world, and it's our dream time is so important because it does clear away a lot of allows us to process things. It allows us to because our mind is like the guard that's asleep. It allows our spirit guides and other, like our higher self, our inner children, to have us process things and release things as well. So I love that. Perfect, perfect. Crazy craziness. I love it. So that's the wisdom they have for you in that supernova. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Prashantsa, thank you so much. Let me give yours a love and a like since it lets me do those. And you want to know is Ritura? I probably mispronounced that. My apologies. Are they really in love with you? You've been getting into bad fights a lot lately, very frequently. All right. My goodness. Let's take a look here. And so, what Spirit wants you to know here, are they really in love with you, and what they want you to know about these fights? So, are they really in love with you? Okay. And then, what about these fights, fights, fights? Okay. So, and asking, are they really in love with you? We have the death card here. And with this, you know, they they love you as much as they can. And let me explain that, because we can't give something to someone else that we don't have for ourselves. So if I don't have a whole lot of self-love, I can't give that love to anyone else. So if I love myself this much, that's all I can offer you. And that's what's coming in here with this death card. It feels like their self-love light is so dim that um they don't have love, a whole lot of love to give, but they're giving you what they're able to, which I know feels like a drop, right? Because if I love myself this much, no matter how much love I want to give, it's just going to drip out. And no matter how much love you want to give them, it's just going to drip in. So it's not going to feel like there's a whole lot of love going on because their self love is very low. So let's look here at these fights. Got four cards that came out together first. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So we've got the moon card. There's a lot of hidden emotion below the surface. A lot of, this fighting, you know, on both sides, right? There's this, when our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, our intelligent, loving, compassionate side is out. And our little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat are in charge. That's why I have this T-shirt that shows the cat, oh my god, it's experiencing Bigfoot and a UFO, and it's like, so it acts in that way, right? And yeah, yeah. So your self love, right? And but there's a lot of emotion below the surface here that is bubbling up, and so when they feel unsafe and out of control, then they're out of their minds, right? And that's when they go into fighting, and that's why fighting is fight or flight mode. It's the fight in the fight or flight, right? And so we have that energy that's there below the surface. And when there's um we've got the strength card here too, which is a lot of fire energy. It's Leo energy. And so I feel like with that moon and the strength card together, they don't like being told what to do, because they feel like they have to be in control. That's what our little inner child does. I have to be in control in order to feel safe. And and if that's not happening, then that's where there's a battle for control, right? And if they're trying to control and our little inner child is going, heck no, I don't want you to control me. I want to be in control, fighting, right? And so when there's two individuals, two lions trying to be king of the jungle together, that's where battling happens, right? Because they're not ruling together, they're both needing to feel independently in control, right? We have the Seven of Wands that came out with here too, which is about the need to defend, and the Page of Pentacles, which is the fear of things not unfolding the way that we want them to. Again, there's this, a big piece of what they're wanting you to know about that's behind the fighting is the need to feel safe, the need to feel in control, the need for other people to live up to my expectations. And both of your expectations are different. That's the whole thing. We think we all grow up the same and we think all of us are expecting the same stuff. No. That's why when we're like, why aren't you doing what you know you're supposed to do? They're like, what are you talking about? You're not doing what you're supposed to do, because we both have these different ways of looking at love and life and everything else. And that's why we feel disappointed in other people and why other people are disappointed in us. And then we don't want to be disappointing because that means we're a failure, right? In our minds, we have this long list of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And if I'm not living up to it, then I'm judging myself and I'm freaking out. If they're not living up to those expectations, then I'm judging it, probably pointing it out to them as they're pointing out to me how I'm not living up to things, right? That's where this fighting comes in. You need to do what I want you to do. Oh, that all that takes is someone pointing a finger, right? And "Arr," comes up, right? So I feel like that's an important piece here. So let me take a sip here. I shouldn't have growled. It made my throat tickle. So a big piece of all this that's going in here, we've got the high priestess, which again, like the moon card, it's about stepping back, connecting higher, looking behind the veil, diving deep into our own emotions. And with the three of pentacles, understanding who we are, who we each are, and becoming comfortable with being true to our authentic self, not worrying about losing the support or love of someone or being punished, but by allowing releasing ourselves from this long list of expectations of all those opinions growing up where everyone was telling us who we're supposed to be, who we should be, who we need to be, who we ought to be, who we must be, and allowing ourselves to be free from this cage of expectations, allowing us to be true to the higher authentic self. And when we release ourselves from that, we release everyone else too. But when we have ourselves under a law, under these rules in this cage, by golly, we're going to make sure everyone else is also obeying those rules. But like we said, everyone has different rules. And so we're all trying to get everyone to be and act the way we think they should while we're trying to live up to these unobtainable expectations. And all we experience is disappointment and lack and fear and fight or flight, right? We'll either hiss and attack and then run away or hiss and run away. But the fighting, the cat fighting, right? The "Meow" cat fighting is because we're both in fear. And so when it takes two to tango, it takes two to fight. If someone, if I'm secure in my self-love, in my self-worth, when someone attacks me, then I don't look at it as an attack. I see every moment is either an expression of unconditional love or a cry for unconditional love. When we realize when people are going, "You're weird and I hate you and you're not doing the blah 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 blah." That's a cry for love. They're basically, if we reinterpret that of going them saying, "Love me, love me." See, that's the gnat. This is the gnat of expectations. It's like releasing them from that, and then there's no clashing, right? So he's got traumas, and apparently our fights hit on each other's trauma. Yeah, isn't that great? Isn't it wonderful how we mirror? But you feel we do love each other, but you know, yeah, getting these fights. Yeah. And you know, the clashing, if I'm true to myself and I'm not judging and trying to control them, if I can love myself and be true to my authentic self, then I fill up with love and then they get the overflow of love. So if they're feeling love from me, then they won't feel out of control. They'll feel safe. They'll feel able to open up. But if I'm attacking them for not being who I want them to be, or telling them what they should or shouldn't be doing, or thinking about me, again, trying to control them, that's what ignites. No, I can't be controlled. Rah! It's like the Hulk, they turn into the Hulk. But if we can sweep in front of our own door, right? And release myself from the traumas, from the thoughts and beliefs that don't serve me anymore, from the emotions that don't serve me anymore, then I can release so much. And then I don't worry about trying to control them because their actions are about them, not about me. Um, just they just are, but my thoughts that I'm putting on them are mine. My emotions that are igniting in within me that I'm choosing because of their actions are mine. My energy, is growing in that, and my actions are my own. I control that. I can't control anything else. When I release that control, I allow them to be their authentic selves. I focus on me being my authentic self. Then there's this release and this freedom, and we don't clash. We don't fight because I'm not trying to make them be anything they want. And if they want to fight, I don't have to accept the invitation to it. I can look at it as a cry for love and then go, you know, babe, honey, whatever we call it, it's like, Pookie, I love you. What's going on? I love you. How can I help? You know, come here, hugs or whatever. But we release the expectations on them. We release them from our being God's little sheriff trying to control the world. I hand in my little deputy of the universe badge to the creator and I come back to me, right? And I focus on me. My emotions, my thoughts, my experiences are my choices, not anyone else's. People can do things to make it, and those things make it easier or harder for us to make our choice of lower vibrational or higher vibration, but I make all those decisions, no one else, right? And their choices and decisions are not my responsibility either. I can make it easier or harder. I can be in their face telling them they're a jerk and they're a loser and they don't do anything right. That's going to make it harder for them to choose higher vibration. Or I can give them a lot of love, unconditional love. That makes it easier for them, right? So I like that. What a great question. And I feel like that was for more than just you and me, but great awareness. And hopefully that helps. But that's what they have for you right now. I feel like they love you with the self love they have for themselves. But you don't need that anyway. That's just above and beyond extra. You fill up with the love from above. Your self love is what you're looking for. You fill up and it overflows. And then whatever they give is above and beyond extra. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely with everything that you guys are learning through one another right now. Yeah, you've got the 9 and the 10 of pentacles coming in. The 10 of pentacles is like a relationship card, and the 9 of pentacles is also the being alone with spirit and feeling the fullness. So it starts with your inner fulfillment, that mirror pointing you back inside to yourselves. But this is definitely designed for right now. Um, you know, um, coming in here and having that, come through for you there. No, I only show one that came through here, at least in this one here. But that doesn't mean it didn't come through. And how electronics can be. I can check real quick here. Just jump over somewhere. Let me just make sure, so I don't want it to go through twice if it's not there. Here it is, supers. No, just one is showing on my side there. So, all right. So, um, I feel like that's what's coming in for right now. I definitely feel like there is this um I know you can't share them on here, but yeah, you might double check and just make sure it went through. Sometimes things air out and they actually don't come through, but I don't show it on my screen or on the little report that shows them all immediately. So it did something weird. But I do feel like this is an important part of your guys' journey that it's important for you to right now focus on your alone time with that 9 of Pentacles, but also understand that, this is a beautiful mirror to show you what you want to see about yourself. So I don't feel like they're like your lifelong soul partner, but I feel like they're definitely part of your stepping stones. And it's an important thing to learn now as you're going through this. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. So let me take a look here. So Nova number 5 is up here. So thank you for your multiple donations. Let's see here. I saw it. I just lost it though. Oh, there it is. I highlighted it. All right. So what oh, that was number 5. Wait. So we already did number 5. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was number 5. All right. So number 6 is down here. um Prashana, Prashansa, sorry, I'm totally mispronouncing that, I'm sure. Emailing it to me won't help me because it's not showing that it's coming to me. So you might have to dispute that through YouTube, um, because they don't let me dispute anything. It has to come from the person who would mail it or whatever like that. But you might double check like your payment source, see if it went through because usually when someone says, I sent it, but you don't see it, I'm like, no, when they go check it, it didn't go through. Something like aired when it happened, or it credited it back. But if you see that it went through, it didn't get to me. So definitely dispute it with YouTube because you don't want to just donate to YouTube, right? And it won't reach me. All right. So Nova, thank you for number 6, the third eye. You want to know what do the sights from Kurt and spirit guides mean, and how should I interpret them as they appear? Okay, so the signs that you get from them. Um, I feel like here, I'm gonna pull here from the tarot, get some clarity here. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the strength card that comes in here for you. And the strength card here is like there's this it's about connecting to your higher self, right? We have the lion as your human, and then the infinity sign is the your higher self. And whenever you get signs, the biggest thing is number one, it's always going to be, hey, we're here. We're reminding you about us, about who you really are. And it is the signs and synchronicities of what takes us out of our human perspective and allows us to see things from a higher perspective. In addition to that, whatever, we will know inside, like if I'm asking for, um, like clarity around something specific, when I get the sign or whatever, I'm going to be like, ah, that's what that means. You're going to know it because the energy that comes with it is like, oh, wow. All right. That's what that means. Right. And if we don't know what something means, we go, hey, what does that mean? And then they will bring confirmation for it. But usually when we're seeing signs and synchronicities and stuff, we just know what it is. Now, if it's a number, if it's a repeating number, like 11, 11, 22, 22, 2, 1, 1, 2, whatever it may be, there's a lot of angelic numbers. And what's fun with that is if you search like the internet and just go angel number 2112, you'll get a ton of responses coming back from the search. But just go and follow your gut to what resonates. And when you click on it, you're like, oh, wow, thank you. That's my answer, because they will guide you with that as well. So I like that. um, we have the Two of Pentacles. So here is that, this is like the power of choice in the outside world, right? So they will show you the two, I mean, help guide you in bringing clarity around decisions that need to be made in the outside world. So that's what I was just talking about. And the Two of Swords, decisions again. What else? I'm gonna have all the twos. The Nine of Pentacles. This is that hermit's journey and spending time returning to yourself, right? Turning inward and spending time with spirit. So when we see the signs and synchronicities, it is an invitation for us to step back and connect. It doesn't have to be like a hermit into the mountains, but it can be like, wow, let me just step back and connect with spirit and go, thank you. If you know what it's for, then you thank them for it. If you don't know what it's for, then you go, thank you for that. But what does that mean? And again, they'll guide you in getting and what it means and what it's for as well. And yeah, and a lot of times too, they'll do that to put our minds at ease, to put an end to our fears. The Nine of Swords is our nightmares and insomnia, and the Death card is a rebirth, right? So it allows us to let go of fears. And, that's what helps with signs and synchronicities too, because it's a great reminder that we're not alone, right? And so when we get those, it's another a big, indicator, a big, um, tap on our shoulder going, "Hey, just remember we're behind you. You don't have to face this by yourself. Reach out, talk to us." Again, the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, it's that drawing in and to be able to, um, to do that. So I like that for you. And then I feel like there was one oracle that they just wanted to end on here for you. We're going to use the Celtic Spirit Oracle. All right. And master number 22 again. So repeating numbers, that's so perfect. And a beautiful card here is wisdom, power, transformation, and the Bloodwed, whatever that is. Oh, it's pronounced Blah Diweth. Blood Diweth. It means flower face, or the ancient word for the owl, and it's surrounded from left to right by oak pollen, broom flower, meadow sweet flower. The oak is a symbol of life, strength, and stability. Broom is associated with the heart and sweeping away what is no longer needed. Meadowsweet was highly prized by Celts and used at weddings and burials. So the flower face, she was a beautiful woman created by two magicians from the flowers of the oak, broom, and meadowsweet. However, she was created to be the wife of Lu, who she did not love and who was unfaithful. So she conspired to have him killed by her lover. He managed to escape and was healed, but for this act, she was turned into an owl by the same magicians. Celtic legends were mostly passed down through tales like these. Women were sometimes representative of the land, and the owl would normally signify transformation. There are many messages we can take with us from this card. Oh, that's so perfect. So they're saying there's many messages that you can receive from the signs that you get too, right? The goddess was created for something she did not want. Is there something you are doing that you do not love and feel like you're trapped doing? Do you long for another job, another relationship, another life? It may be time to find a way out of where you are to find your passion and allow your true being to come forth. Only through a deep transition or death of some sort can you expect something different to what you have now. Not real death. It may take a lot of courage. It may take help from another source, but the outcome shows transition and wisdom. The owl has long been a symbol of wisdom, and the owl sees through the darkness and seeks what it needs with great accuracy. Calling on the wisdom of the owl or those with the owl as a spirit animal will help you see through the masks and illusions before you. There's no hiding from an owl. It seeks out the truth and seldom misses what it goes after. What must you leave behind to claim your strength and wisdom? In the end, only you can choose your path. Ooh, I like that. Coming back to that self-empowerment as well. So, so that is what they have for you, Nova Nova. So thank you again for all your multiple donations there. All right. Oh, it looks like yeah, absolutely. And it looks like the screen was frozen and it just popped in here. So sorry that I wasn't replying there. Let me just make sure nothing new popped over there. Yeah, I'll be back on this evening in about 4 hours, and then tomorrow as well. Let me just pop it here. Yeah, only one came through. That's weird. I would definitely dispute that because everyone else's came through on the little report there, Prashansa. So you might reach out to YouTube because if they took it from you and I didn't get it, then they need to refund that back to you. All right. Right, and then Nova, I see you have a number 7, and Beverly popped in here too. Hey. All right. And Adriana, I did answer yours probably about 45 minutes or maybe about an hour ago. But I did answer that already around him being a little sad. So that already did earlier. It was before I started on Nova's um, earlier donation. So it was in between those. All right. So, and thank you for your multiple donations there, Nova. So, what does Kurt want you to know about life, also about the human experience and having a lifetime? Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, let's take a look here. Yeah, that's funny, Nova. So, you do feel sometimes they're like, hey, just let you know we're here. All right. So, let's take a look here. What else does Kurt want you to know about life? And then Beverly, you'll be up after that. All right. Yeah, the bottom of the deck, you have the 9 of swords and over here, which we just talked about, which is the, nightmare and insomnia, all these small T truths that we have and that are, and that's why we come here. When we're talking about life and the human experience and having a lifetime, we don't come down here, to have like, perfect um, no fear, perfect awareness and bright. We're not born, all knowing and all seeing. We come down here to experience the shadow, right? Oh, it's getting a little bright, isn't it? Look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. There we go. So, there is this awareness that comes with all this of, that we're, yeah, we already experience the higher vibration, right? But and to understand the higher stuff, we come down to experience the lower vibration. It's like we're breathing air. And we don't realize we're breathing air till we're 10 feet underwater looking up at air going, ah, that is air. This is non air. And then we swim back to breathe, right? And but there's awareness, we have an appreciation for water, we have a new appreciation and understanding for the air too. So to understand the joy of our natural state, we come down here and experience sadness, right? We and when we're in the peace, we come down here, we experience chaos, we understand those. And I love, someone once had, and I forget where I read it and who said it, but it's like a thermometer. There's just temperature. There's warm temperature and cold temperature, but it's all temperature. And somewhere on there, it starts to be cooler, but it depends on each person. And so we come down here to experience energy on different spectrums. But it's us that understands it, and we come down here on purpose for it, and and doing that, right? Yeah, even a fish is like, it's, like a fish will jump out of the water to experience, "What is this? Oh, back into the water," right? So I like that. Let's see what else they have here for you regarding all that. Yeah, they have the moon energy. So there's a lot of, to experience these emotions. We are emotional beings who think. And so we come down here to experience all these different emotions. And our thoughts and mindsets, those are created to try to make us feel the positive emotions that we like again, and to keep us from experiencing the ones that we don't. Like when we're punished, we'll do things that don't want to, experience that again. But also, we like feeling something, we're going to do it to feel praise again, or to feel the, uh, happy emotions again, right? Yeah. Then we have, let's see here, we got all these four here. Yeah, it is all this journey of this life. We all, none of us get out of this life without dying. So, we do have a beginning and an ending, and that's the one thing about life is we all have an ending. As soon as we're born, we're on our way to ending as this human character. But we also realize that we don't come down here to live forever. These human experiences, and we are eternal beings, but we don't want this character. We don't want to be that same character for thousands of years. They're just like, let's just make it like 120, years. That's enough of one lifetime at a time, right? And we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the trusting the seasons of life, trusting that there is, this springtime of birth, the summertime of growth, the fall, autumn time of letting things go, and then the winter time when things die. And that we do have those, those journeys. We do have that, the seasons that happen. Here's the birthing with the Empress. She's the new birthing. So, I mean, we literally have the birth and death cards that are here, major arcana, and to trust the journey in between the dashes, right? The the birth date and the death date, and the dash in between is where we live life, and that's the Knight of Pentacles, as well as the Eight of Pentacles. Doing the work, enjoying the process, enjoying the journey as it unfolds. It just goes with it. And when we realize we're eternal beings, we don't have to, like, you know, do all that, and and worry about so much of it. And when we're done, the full card, a new beginning, our soul. We are eternal beings, and then it's the major arcana is the whole journey of the soul. We start off as the soul. The magician is the spark. The high priestess the is the divine feminine, and then the empress is the birthing of the child. And we go through the entire journey of the human through the major arcana to get to the world card, which is the ending, and we start all over and have another adventure. So I like this that they're like, don't sweat so much the small stuff. Experience what you came here to experience. There's nothing wrong with it. We have eternal lives, and um and we have tons of adventures and journeys that we have experienced, are experiencing, and will experience. And it just allows us to go, not to worry so much about all of the, all of the stuff that, happens, because we wanted to experience, and by golly, every moment we are experiencing. So no moment is ever a waste. But when we're done feeling something, we're the ones that get to change it if we want. Yeah, right. And that's great. And until we do. And there's nothing wrong if we do. It's like, we came down here to experience what would it feel like to not know and feel uncertain and to feel lost, and to worry and to fear and all these other emotions related to fear. They're all nummy. They are what drew us here. But when we're done, we're done. But sometimes we want drama again. We're like, you know what I'd like? I want a little bit of worry. All right, that was fun. I'm done. But knowing we always have a second choice is what's important, with that too. So alrighty, so that's what we have for that one. So thank you again, Nova Nova. Appreciate that. But you get to the other side and you're like, oh, wait a minute. I went down there to enjoy those moments. So, we're already on the other side. A big, large portion of us is already experiencing that. It's just like sticking a little pinky down into, like, if I was gonna, I'm not gonna do it, but it would be like, I wonder what it feels like to feel this hot coffee. It's not hot anymore, but I'm like, "Oh," or cold coffee. "Ooh, ooh, that feels weird. What's that?" "That's wetness." "That's cold. That's coolness." And then it's like, "Oh, wow." But that's our human is a small piece of this huge spiritual being that we are. So we're already experiencing that, you know, the other side, but and we're experiencing a bunch of different lifetimes right now in different dimensions, different universes. The human one is one of the very few that were veiled to where we don't um, can't comprehend and connect in huge ways with our higher self and all these other lifetimes that we're living. This is one of the few lifetimes or the existences where we feel disconnected. Like, what might it feel like to be separate? And it's like, ew, this feels weird. It feels lonely. It feels detached. It feels all that, right? But we do come down here for that. So no rush. Enjoy each one, because we'll just come back in another lifetime going, oh, that's right. I wanted to experience that. Well, I'm going to go back because I missed that ride. I'm going to go back for another one, right? So it's like enjoying it. All right. And then Beverly, let's move on to that one. So let's give that some love and a like there. Thank you so much for your donation. And you'd like a love reading. I think you said something else. Oh, yeah. Love reading for Marwan and you. He and you have a new beginning. All right. Let's take a look here. You're very welcome. And thank you for all your multiple donations, Nova. I really appreciate that. All right. So, will you guys reconnect or have a new beginning? That one and that one. These two there. Okay. Let us see what we have. So you've got like 2 1 1 2. So there's this mirroring going on. let's see what we have on the bottom here, because we do have, yeah, there's all this decision making that's coming up here. So Beverly, you've got the two of wands, the two of cups, and these are power of emotional choice, power of energy choices, and the emperor, which is the major arcana. It's Aries energy, and it's, that is decision making. The emperor will, you know any royal, right, they're filled with, they've got all this energy, all these people around them with opinion and suggestions and blah 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 blah. But ultimately the emperor steps back, decides what they want, and then takes action. So all three of those cards on the bottom of the deck are about decision making and the process of deciding. It's like it's like a decision hasn't been made yet. But then you have the two cards, one card, one card, two cards, which represents, I feel like it's them on the left hand side, you're on the right hand side, and this is the mirror that you guys are seeing together here. So let's see what's going on here. Let me see what all the cards are here, because this is okay. All right, yeah. So I do see. So on their side over here, they had the Ace of Pentacles, which is this energy of new beginnings, and also the Magician card, which is all the energy of new beginnings, intentions, putting things forward. And then the Eight of Cups, which is about leaving behind old emotions and relationships they don't feel serve them anymore, to move forward into something new. So I feel like with all of this, I feel like the decisions that they're heading toward is more so like starting a new adventure with someone else. I feel like you too, though, on your side, you got the Nine of Swords, which is you facing your own fears, your own thoughts, your own belief systems that don't serve you anymore. But I feel like you're being called in a different direction here. The Judgment card is your higher self calling you into a direction that's more in alignment with your higher self and your heart. And the Ten of Pentacles is all about relationships, about abundance, about fullness in the outside world. And so I don't feel like with this that there's going to be this new beginning. I feel like with this Emperor, when decisions are made and actions are taken, that both of you are choosing option two, like you're going into a different, you know, um, directions here. Yeah, but I feel like, you're like, "All right, I'm ready for a different direction yourself," but you're being called into something that's more in alignment with your heart and what you deserve, and you do deserve to be with someone more like yourself, and that is able to give to you, to choose you, to communicate, to say nourish, but nurture is more the word I was looking for. Nurturing one another, and it just feels like something, like that. I don't feel like they are able to give you that stuff, and that's why you're being called to see things from this higher perspective, this different perspective. But it does feel like, there is this ending, with the Death card and the Ten of Swords. This is about, them choosing to try to live up to, someone else, expectations, and those types of things as well. So that is what they got for you, Beverly. It makes sense. All right. Well, thank you again for all your donations. I really appreciate that. And for anyone new coming in, sorry, Rhonda, last minute. I've been on an hour and a half longer than normal, finishing up all the donations. But I'm done with free readings and all that for today. And I'm going to be closing down this session so I can go eat. But I will be back in about 3.5 hours for my evening session at 6 p.m. And then tomorrow, Sunday, at 11 a.m. Mountain, Sundays, I do things a little differently in that whatever I don't get to in my Sunday session, I do come back on. I go spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members, and then I eat as well. But then I come back on and finish out all readings. So if I don't get to you on Fridays or Saturdays for the free readings, definitely come back on Sundays and I'll make sure we get answers for everybody there as well. Yeah. Yep. And you got it, Beverly. Yep. Someone that is like compatible, super compatible. That's why your higher self is drawing you there. So I like that. All right. So, everybody, thank you again for all the thumbs up, all the love, all the support. And until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your lives that you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So, until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there, take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon.